Okay, guys, we are live. For those listening at home, welcome to the Live from the Sword Coast podcast. My name is Kevin Madison, and I am your Dungeon Master for this evening. We are playing the Tyranny, well, I should say, normally we're playing the Tyranny of Dragons campaign published by Wizards of the Coast using 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Tonight I've got something a little special planned for the guys, but first I will let the guys do an intro for who they are and who they're playing. We've got 2 of our players tonight, and we expect more to trickle in throughout the evening. Jeff, you were on first. Why don't you start?
Sure. My name is Jeff Ivey. I'm normally playing Malark Buckman, but who knows tonight? He is a male monk. He is currently cursed and very focused on trying to fix that.
Yep. Okay, and Nick?
I'm Nick Entz. I play Maurgoth, Dragonborn warlock, who is very mischievous. He's the son of, I always incorrectly pronounce this, Daur
Daur-Gothoth.
Gothoth, okay, Daur-Gothoth. And Daur-Gothoth has many followers, and Maurgoth is one of his most loyal and also most power-hungry as well.
That is a pretty apt description of him. So, okay. So as I said, we normally play the 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons game. You can see, or you can find other older episodes of this on our channel. Tonight, though, we're doing something a little special. So, Jeff, Mal is in bed, and he's sleeping. And then he hears, Mal, it's time to get up.
Okay, I wake up.
So you get up, and you look around. You're in your childhood home. You've got your big comfy bed. You've got the cartoon characters that you like on the bedspread. You've got the posters on the wall of the various sports heroes and sci-fi movies and bands that you like as a child. And you're in your childhood home. And the sound of the voice that's calling you, Mal, I'm not going to call you again. It's your mom. It's breakfast. Come down.
I confusedly get out of bed.
Okay, you stumble out of bed and you step on one of your toys that you left out for the night before. It's weird. Not only does it look like and feel like your bed, it smells like your home. So right down to the point where it has that kind of, that lingering dog smell that the owners of dogs just can't get out. So you know that your big slobbery sheepdog will be somewhere downstairs as well. That can't be the case, but I mean it is. So you make your way out of your room into the hallway, which is the same hallway with the same creaking stairs that you've passed many, many times before. You know it because when you're trying to sneak out to listen to the TV, when your parents think you're in bed, you know to avoid that little creak. But you hear it creak nonetheless because you're so disoriented by where you are. You make your way downstairs into the kitchen, and sure enough, there's your brother Ben, your dad, and your mom. The man and the boy are sitting at the breakfast table with bowls in front of them, busily eating away. Ben is chomping away on something with a cereal box turned around in front of him. Your dad has the paper up, but you can hear him munching away too. And your mom turns around, dressed like you really haven't seen her before, very, very dressed up in kind of a 50s, mom kind of way, and says, Mal, you're going to be late for school. Have a seat and eat your food. Get your breakfast. So she points to the open seat.
I sit down.
So you pop in your seat, and you kind of look up. She pours a bowl of something for you and says, "Here you go, Mal. Come on, eat up." She places a bowl in front of you. Can I ask you to roll 1d6 for me, please? Tell me what you get.
A 3.
A 3. Now roll one more time.
6.
Okay. So you sit there, and what you think, she sits down with a little spoon next to you as well too, in a plastic bowl. At first, you kind of think you're seeing things, but what it is a disgusting wriggling bowl of worms with little pincers on the end of their face, and they're all squirming and roiling around in the bowl, and which is filled up with a disgusting translucent pus, which these things are wriggling around in. You kind of look at this and look over, and you see your brother finally sets the thing aside, and he's scooping these things up to his mouth. But as they're getting in, they're basically eating their way through his face. And your father puts down his paper, and his face is a mass of these things, blood and pus and wriggling worms that have eaten their way through his face. And he says, mumbling through the worms that are dropping out of his mouth as he says it, "Mal, eat your breakfast." And at that moment, you wake up. And I need you to make another D6 check for me, please.
Okay. 2.
2. Okay, so, and roll again. Sorry, roll a D6 again.
1.
1. Okay, you wake up, and you have the cold sweats. Where you're sitting is next to, so it is in a tarp. It's dark. It is nowhere near comfortable, or as comfortable as the bed you just found yourself waking up in. It is hot. It is sticky. It is dusty. It is gritty, and it stinks, which you attribute to the 4 other men who were huddled. Sorry, the 3 other men who were huddled around the under the same tarp. Now, right next to you, you see there's the 3 other men who are still all are now startled awake thanks to you. One of them says, "Now, God damn it, you're more." So I almost miss alarm clocks. I'd sooner wake up to the screeching of any one of those than your goddamn screams anymore. And you look down. You're wearing a long, flowing tabard, and you've got that sickly feeling that you have, so that you're back to reality. Now, what I'd ask you guys to do as we, what is it here? Okay, hold up, I'm just sending you something. Okay, I'd ask you to check your email. There is a document I sent you, or you can follow a link to my blog. For those listening at home, you can feel free to follow the link in the description of this video, and it'll bring you to tonight's characters. Jeff, I believe yours is number 2, and Nick, I believe yours is number 5. So as you stagger to waking, and the guy who swore at you, who has kind of sandy blonde hair, he wears a big kind of impromptu armor, he throws back the tarp, and you see even this early, the light of the Nevada sun is beating down, and you can tell already it's going to be a scorcher today. The tarp has been attached next to a souped-up and modified 70s Charger, sitting black, and you see, of course, one of the things that the tarp is attached to is the worn and but still functional 50 caliber machine gun that is marked or mounted to the back of the vehicle. The man yelling at you is, of course, Diego the Dragon Dunnigan, a smuggler come scavenger come road warrior who has been one of your traveling companions for the last little while. You can see sleeping off in an eerie way, sleeping off on well away from you guys near this twisted and grayed bush, which looks mutated and no doubt by the radiation that seems to permeate these wastelands in this post-apocalyptic nightmare. Steve, you just joined us in time. Check your email. I was just describing your character.
Excellent. How's it going?
Good. Yourself?
Great. So hot out here.
Yeah, here too. Steve, we're broadcasting right now. Why don't you say who you are and who you're normally playing?
Normally I play Diego Dundragon, the incredibly brave and idealistic rebel axeman who has been sort of tagging along with some people who are doing a lot of diplomatic work that's kind of above his head, but he's right there with them.
Okay. As in our previous sessions, I will remind you guys that in the multiverse of gaming, there are myriad echoes of different worlds, and this is one of the echoes of our characters. Guys, tonight we'll be spending our time in Hell on Earth.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
So, your characters tonight, first off, the game we're playing is a game called Savage Worlds. This is an absolute piece of piss game to learn. All your rolls are 1d6, which is your wild die, and your other, and then you get to roll whatever the trait or the attribute is. That's it. It's as simple as that. Each of your characters has all the or should have all the information that you need on it. Let me quickly blow through the characters. I'll go in reverse of the order because I've got them set up here. Now, Nick, your character for the evening is a deluded psychic named Mao Jingao. Now, Mao is a psyker. He fought in this colonial conflict off-world on another planet against an alien species, came back just in time for the end of the world. This game tonight takes place about 15 years after the end of the world. Dave!
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's shaking?
Not much.
You're just in time. I'm just doing the intro of what we're playing tonight. I just sent you an email with this evening's character.
Okay.
So, Nick, your character came back somewhat changed. He is a psychic. In this world, there are psychics, but their minds get so powerful that it actually burns all their hair away, so they're all bald. Your character, unfortunately, had at some point a kind of a bad turn of luck, and he died. But in the world of Deadlands, Hell on Earth, that's not the end of a character's story. So your character came back. So he is a undead psychic who is in this world. What happens when you die and you do come back? You're called harrowed. As an undead thing, what essentially happens is this evil spirit inhabits your body and fights you for control over it. Right now, you're in control of it, but your delusion is that this thing that is sort of like your passenger or whatever You think it's your father, this undead dragon, who's telling you what to do. So you can feel free to roleplay that to the hilt as much as you like. You also have a familiar, a pet mutated Gila monster that you call a dragon. So in one of the things in this game too is that unlike D&D, your characters all come with replete with flaws. So and just like in Iron Kingdoms, you guys have what's called bennies. Bennies are essentially kind of like inspiration, where you can spend them to re-roll, and you can spend them to to soak. To when you get hit by it and it would be really bad for you, you might die. You can spend a Benny to soak it. When that comes up, I'll let you know how that works. For now, it doesn't really matter. Dave, the only thing you missed was my mention that the way the mechanics work for this is you roll 1d6, which is called your wild die, and then whatever other dice you need for it. If it's an attribute check, you've got your attributes, you just roll that kind of die. For instance, your character is Barry Adams. Barry Adams is a mutant worshiper of the radioactive glow. He believes he is the true messenger who will bring peace between humankind and mutant kind. You missed it earlier on, but this is the permutation of your characters that we're playing this evening. And to be clear, too, you guys all your regular characters will get experience for this evening's session, too, just like normal. So, your character, let's see here, Nick, that's where you're at. Is Mao, you have your familiar, you're undead, you're lucky, so everyone has 3 bennies at the start of the session. You've actually got 4. You've got a list of spells there that are your powers. You can just go through them quickly and see what I've got all the rules written down there, and they should make sense. You also have a machine gun. You've got a submachine gun that is your sort of weapon, but you probably don't need that. You can use your powers. Your powers are for all you guys who have spells. That'll be Barry. That'll be Poct if he shows up tonight. That'll be Mao. You guys, you spend your power points and you get 1 power point back per hour. There are ways to affect that. So, for instance, Dave, if you around a lot of cities after the nuclear bombs fell, it left these swirling supernatural radioactive storms that are going around it. If you expose yourself to that voluntarily, you can actually get power points back.
Okay.
Kevin?
Yep.
My character has scales.
You're covered with scales. That's correct. One of the things that you can do in this world is when you kill supernatural horrors, you can actually do what's called counting coup, and what that is absorbing some of their supernatural essence into you, and you did that at some point.
Awesome.
So you're not actually
exactly like something I would do.
Yeah, it's exactly what you would do. Yeah. You will also note Mao's hindrances are bloodthirsty. He fights to kill. He wants to fucking kill whatever. If it comes down to a throwdown, he's gonna kill him. He's delusioned. You can even talk to feel free to play any of your hindrances up to a enjoyable level. You believe that this dark spirit that possesses you or animates you is actually telling you what to do. So feel free to and whether or not you are the rest of the party knows that you're undead, knows that you're harrowed, is up to you. But because you're kind of a walking corpse, you do stink. You'll notice that in your possessions you've got moonshine, whiskey. That's because one of the ways that the harrowed can hide the fact that they are dead is they can pickle themselves with liquor.
Okay.
So I mentioned before that as you woke up, there was a stink in the tent. That is one of the reasons why, is because you were next to Mao, and it's always a bad thing to draw the straw that has to sleep next to Mao underneath the tent.
Is there,
and then basically for all you guys to use your powers, all you need to do is use your whatever the corresponding skill is. So for Mao, it's psionics. For Barry, it's Faith. And I think that's all the guys that have special powers. Oh, and actually, no, Jeff, your character's got it. Yours is Faith as well. And remember, because your characters are what's called wild cards, you get to roll a d6, and whichever one is better, your skill, your like attribute or skill dice or your wild dice, you get to keep it. Another cool thing, if you roll the maximum, if you roll a 6 on a d6, if you roll an 8 on a d8,
roll again.
you get to roll again. You damn right. Yeah, everything explodes in this.
I've played Deadlands before.
Oh, okay, yeah. So then, yeah, you know exactly.
It can get
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, okay, so Brent's not going to make it, so Puck isn't. He's wandered off. The mutant, that's, well, you've got the document.
That's a beautiful picture you got for his character.
Isn't he great? He's a toxic shaman.
Nice.
Okay, so let's see here. Is there anything else you need to know about Mao right now? No. So next up on the list is Barry. So Barry, you're a mutant. You can. What I've got right now is that you're very short, so you're squat, and your eyes basically. Imagine if your pupils encompassed your whole head. That's sort of how you look. You can feel free to add in other disgusting mutations if you like. I just didn't want to overburden you with it. But the thing is, because the pure strain humans generally don't really like mutants, because a lot of them are cannibalistic, and a lot of them are either believe that they're sort of the next generation of or next iteration of humankind. They're sometimes treated poorly. You won't get any further penalty by having any other weird mutations. Let's see here. One of the neat things in this game is it's easy to add lots of followers and stuff like that. Dave, if you happen to be following, if Barry is leading a group of people, they get a bonus to recover from what's called shaken. In this game, you don't have hit points. It's relatively simple. If you take damage, generally your first stage is being shaken.
Okay.
If you're hurt, you're sort of just on the way to potentially being hurt. Then you guys can suffer up to 3 wounds. We'll talk about how that works once we actually get into combat. But if you are shaken, your only action can be to try and recover from it. You have to make a spirits check. All skill checks are against a target number of 4. So all you need to be looking for is a 4. There are going to be modifiers to your roll for different things, but it doesn't matter what you're doing. Unless you're rolling for damage, your target number is a 4. What your command ability gives, Dave, is a +1 to people recovering from your shaken check. +2 because you get the sort of the better version, Inspire. You've got a host of radioactive flavored spells. You're basically in the Blaster Remains of Las Vegas. There is a sort of mutant messiah named Silas who rallied together this crazy army of mutant followers who the sort of most powerful of which were these Doombreed, these guys who worshipped essentially the radioactive glow, like the thing that birthed mutant kind. You are part of a heretical sect that didn't believe that was that believed that there is divinity in the glow, but it intends for people to get along, for mutant kind to get along with mankind. So you're sort of like a good aligned radioactive worshipping mutant.
Awesome.
You wear patchwork armor, so it's all you can describe it however the hell you want. It's whatever kind of heavy shit you've managed to scrabble together. You also carry a big shield, which could be a reinforced stop sign. It can be a manhole cover. It can be whatever you like. And you've got a big hammer that you call the gavel. The gavel can also look however the hell you want. It's up to you how you describe that, because it really doesn't matter for the purpose of this. Your slowpoke, because you're squat and kind of sturdy. You're a little slower than everyone else. And you've got a vow to protect. So you're sort of carry the same. Imagine the same mentality that Baradin has. That's what Barry Adams has. Because of course, Barry Adams is a alternate universe echo of Baradin. So that's Barry. I think next up is Malcolm. We get to go and talk. So Malcolm, you are a member of a group called the Templars, a group that was organized by kind of a, some might say psychotic member of the Freemasons who reacted poorly to the Day of Judgment. Whatever the reasoning was behind it, you've actually joined in the. You're old enough to remember the time before Judgment Day, but in the your parents, your brother all died in the time in between, and somehow you found yourself a member of the Templar Order. You are a mix of sort of Templar abilities and martial arts. Your guy maybe really liked, maybe you found a book of like, martial techniques or something like that in a burned out library or whatever. So you've got what I've got down here. You got a Tetsubo, but you can have it as an actual Tetsubo, or it can be some kind of crazy post-apocalyptic version of a Tetsubo, where it's like a modified traffic sign or whatever. However you want to describe it, the one thing that really kind of distinguishes the Templars is the big white tabard with the St. Andrew's cross, the red cross across it.
Yeah.
That's what makes you a Templar. You suffer from night terrors, which sometimes are prophetic. You have been dreaming lately about, for quite some time, about these worms. You keep having dreams about worms, and it's led you to actually seek out to leave Boise, Idaho, where the Templars are located, and you travel down to Sacramento, where this massive library that was trying to preserve the pre-Judgment Day, pre-apocalypse information. You went there to try and get in, to learn something. Maybe your dreams took you there. Maybe some people told you how to get there. Whatever the case is, you met up with a librarian named Kelvin, which was, of course, James's character. Kelvin unfortunately died. Kelvin died in the interim. All of you guys have some sort of connection to this thing. What you've all found is that there is this cult of the Crawler Queen that seems to be spreading across the east, the East Coast, or the West Coast. You all are located or from somewhere in on the West Coast of the U.S. or what was the U.S. before. Your abilities, let's see here, Jeff, you got lots of cool martial arts stuff, much of which is just kind of mechanical stuff that gives you bonuses. You've got an ability called Frenzy, so you can make an extra fighting attack per round at -2 penalty to all fighting. So what it allows you to do is to, normally you can only attack once per round, you're able to do it twice. In addition, you do a lot more damage unarmed than what normal people do because of your special abilities. You also have 2 spells. One you can use on other people, which is healing, and one which you can only use on yourself, which is quickness. Your power points are just like everyone else's. You make the roll, you spend your power points, and then you regain them at 1 per hour. You also got a pistol. While you speak softly, carry a big stick, and carry a whatever it is, 357 pistol as well. I should note, you may note that you guys have very, very few shots for a lot of your weapons. That's because this is, bullets are unfortunately hard to come by after the bombs fell. So you will want to be judicious with them. However, one fortunate thing, we're getting to Steve's character now, so I'll mention that when you come across things, normally in like D&D and stuff like that, you want to loot the corpse or whatever. In this game, you will want to scavenge. When you come across either remains or ruins from before the bombs, or settlements that have been abandoned, or you defeat opponents, you're going to want to try and scavenge off them. It will take a different amount of time, and there's this awesome mechanic in the game for what you may randomly find on them. So cool. There's all sorts of, depending on where you go or where you are, you're going to want to try and loot the place, because if you can find stuff, that will be that will be helpful, because you can try and sell it at the next settlement or whatever. And then we come to Diego. Oh, and Mao, you're driven. Barry you saw this this rival cult as sort of a this cult of the Crawler Queen, as being something even potentially worse than Silas. It seems to be connected with these things, these kind of like man-sized worm creatures, and they're bipedal, and they seem to not just kill but kidnap and perhaps eat or worse, sacrifice or something. There are people who have sort of allied themselves with this cult. Mao, you tell me why you're along. Who the fuck knows? Maybe your father told you that you need to go along with this, and that the Crawler Queen is in opposition to you.
Well, maybe Mao thought that this cult. Somebody's giving me a lot of feedback. I don't know who it is, or not feedback. Just I can hear my own voice in there. I don't know what it is. Okay, it's not happening anymore. Okay, maybe he thinks that this cult has dragon worms.
Oh yes, that's exactly it.
So, that piqued his interest, and thought he would investigate.
Okay, so Mao's mutated Gila monster is probably about the size of like a maybe like a German Shepherd, and it's disgusting. It is a repulsive, mutated, like, it's got cancerous growths and stuff like that, but somehow the fucking thing just doesn't die. And you tenderly call it Ember.
Does it doesn't speak at all or anything?
No. Well, it talks to you, but no, it doesn't talk to you.
Doesn't talk to anybody else.
It doesn't talk to anybody else, as far as you can tell, no.
Okay.
And finally, Diego the Dragon Dunnigan. So, Diego, you are you're also old enough to remember a time before the before Judgment Day. You're probably in your mid-30s, which means you would have been kind of like an old, like middle teens or whatnot. You come from a biker family, and one of the nice things with that is that when the bombs fell, you guys weren't in any of the major cities. So when the world came to an end, you managed to you and your family scrambled along and managed to find an existence with some of the road gangs and some of the roving sort of raider bands and whatnot that were out there. You fell into sort of a scavenger, smuggler sort of route. Smuggling isn't really a thing because, I mean, there's not really any, the law of a community is really the extent of that. There's a place in what once was Salt Lake City is now a place called Junkyard. Junkyard is really the largest settlement near there. So you and your family sort of fell in with trading shit there, scavenging from the ruins and coming back. You've got some things like the souped-up muscle car, this 70s Charger with a giant 50 cal machine gun mounted on the back of it is the legacy of your family. Your family did start doing deals with the this cult of the Crawler Queen, them getting you to pick up odds and ends, transporting, muffled, boxes or steamer trunks that were full of bumping and thumping objects to different places. Your family never really thought anything of it until they opened one crate one time and found, I don't know, maybe some children in there, and where that you what you thought you never would find the kind of the like, all right, this is the line. You found it. The cult didn't take kindly to that. It killed your whole family. You're sort of out there for that's how you fell in with everyone else. Where you guys are on the way to right now is a place called Ruby Valley. Ruby Valley is in about northeastern northeastern Nevada. You're traveling across the vast desert of Nevada to make your way there because you hear that. You've heard that is one of the sort of major areas. It's near a place called Green Mountain. It is one of the major places where the cult is sort of active. So you're thinking you're going to go there, maybe find out what's going to go on, maybe put some bullets in people. Diego, your abilities are your hindrances. First off, you're greedy. You're greedy, motherfucker. So you're also a heavy sleeper. It's difficult to get you awake, And this is one of the things that you kind of always got shit for from your family, is that driving long distances is really not a good thing for you because you know.
Pass out.
Yep. You were also wanted in by two of these sort of. I've got down there the Kingdom of Las Vegas. That's the kind of the mutant city-state. Is Las Vegas, run by the mutant messiah Silas. Dave, you're also wanted by them because you are a doomsayer. You're a heretic as far as they're concerned. You're also wanted by this militaristic sort of collection called the Combine. You're always... Emmy! Hey! No! No! Emmy! No barking! Sorry, we're trying a new thing here. Okay, let's see here. One of the things that makes your travels easier, Steve, is you have, and one of the reasons why you've been able to travel all over and not suffer any of the hideous mutations that some of your compatriots have, is because you have a Geiger counter, and one of the things, hey, no barking. One of the urban legends from beforehand was that if you consume Dr. Pepper, it would protect your genes.
Yeah.
There's truth to it.
Wow, yeah, of course there is.
Which is why you've got 3 cans of Dr. Pepper. It can help fight off radiation sickness.
Excellent. All right.
You got shotgun, you got peacemaker, you got your 2 throwing axes as well, which can either be actual like camping axes or hatchets or whatever, or they can be crudely, fashioned together things from post-apocalyptic materials, whatever you like. You also have your battle axe, which could be a fireman's axe, it could be a wood chopping axe, or again like something cobbled together. It's completely your call. You don't suffer penalties from using 2 weapons. Normally you take a penalty for using your offhand, and you take a penalty for attacking with 2 things. You don't suffer those. You also have an ability called Scrounger. When you scrounge, you get bonuses today. You get +2 to your notice check when you're doing it, and you recover double whatever you find.
Excellent.
Your guy is a kick-ass scavenger. So, what's happened, you guys miss, is every frickin' morning, Mal wakes up screaming. So you know the dawn is here, or at least Mal's ready to get up because he wakes up screaming from his night terrors. So he woke up. Diego, you were yelling at him a little bit before you logged on there. But you guys are kind of wrapping up the tarp that you set out next to your charger. You are parked in the middle of the vast and empty Nevada Badlands. So on your way towards, it's still probably going to be another day or 2. You fortunately still have a couple more cans of Spook Juice, of the basically the gasoline type stuff that runs the vehicles in Deadlands. Deadlands is like the thing that makes Deadlands different from. If you've already played this, forgive me for repeating this, but the thing that makes Deadlands different is that it's sort of like the real world, but with monsters added. And the way that monsters get more powerful is you're scared of them. Okay. So the more fear there is in the world, the higher and the easier it is, the more powerful they get, and the easier it is for bigger, scarier things to actually manifest in the world. So one of the ways that it's combated is by telling stories of the defeat of the evil, to tell people like, no, it's not there. But you also have to sort of, before the Judgment Day, you had to sort of keep the thing secret as well, because if everyone knew that this was true, the fear levels would probably go up rather than down. So, unfortunately, in the post-apocalyptic landscape, all sorts of nightmarish hell has broken loose. Killer robots, giant underground monsters, sentient giant man-sized cockroaches, feasting vultures, deformed and mutated humans, anything that you can, any kind of horrific thing that you can think of from a bad sci-fi movie exists in this world. So, you guys are getting up and you're packing up your stuff. you see that. So while you thought that, incidentally, the reason you called him pocked is because he's about 3 foot tall. He's got giant bug eyes, and his face is full of pock marks.
Nice.
Yeah. He unfortunately is gone, which is kind of for the best because he really stank. He was, as far as you can tell, he was just raised in the radioactive wastes and somehow managed to survive that. But he has disappeared. Dave, did you send us something?
You know what? I tried to send a link to a picture of the gavel,
Oh,
but it didn't work as well as I had hoped. I think it just actually linked into my Google Photos for some reason.
oh, okay. Well, let's see here. I hit the link. Let's see what the gavel looks like. Redirecting. I need permission. F you.
Yeah. You know what? Ignore.
What is it? Describe it to us. What does it look like?
Well, it's basically, you know those old carnival mallets? Yeah, it's basically that with a metal head. So not unlike a sledgehammer.
Fantastic.
But yeah, it's kind of got that wooden banded head type of look to it.
Okay, that's terrific. Okay, so what I need you guys to do is to please make notice checks for me, please. I think everyone's got notice. Malcolm does. Barry, I forgot to give you notice. So actually, what you need to do then is roll a.
So do we always roll like 2d6 in this case?
Yes. So each of you should just take 1d6 and set it aside as your wild die, because you're always going to roll that, and then it's going to be whatever the other dice is from your thing. And Dave, because you know what, Dave, just give yourself a d6 in notice.
Okay.
I don't think I have notice.
Give yourself d6 in notice as well. I just fucked up. I was finishing putting these characters together this afternoon.
So how does this work, Kev? It's a D6 plus whatever the
Nope.
additional.
No,
die is?
roll them both. So in this case, roll 2d6.
Yeah.
If either of them is a 6, re-roll it and add it to 6.
Yeah. What you're looking
Like,
for?
I just rolled a 3 and a 6. So
Three
I
is-
re-roll my 6, and I got another 6.
Whoa!
So you keep going. I got a 5. So I rolled a 17, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. So unless anyone else beats that, I think it'll be Mal. Yeah.
He is disturbed by last night's stream. He's wide awake right now.
Absolutely.
Mao offers you a drink.
Yeah, he's got his what do you call it? Oh, and if you remember that you each have 3 bennies. You'll gain more bennies by doing fun, entertaining, dramatic, or playing up your hindrances. It'll be just like sort of like feat points, but I think they're even a little easier to get in this because your characters have those ready-made, role-playing things to play off of. How did everyone else do?
Do we add them together or?
Nope. Just
No.
whichever one's highest.
I got 5.
Okay.
So rolling a d6 and I don't get an extra one.
No. You get to roll Diego. Your notice is a D8, so you're gonna roll a D8 and a D6. Whichever one rolls highest, that's your number.
All right. D8. Where's my notice? There it is. Okay.
You're pretty much always rolling against 4, like Kev said.
Yeah.
5.
Okay. So you guys get up, and all of you are not really, you're sort of busy doing whatever it is you do in the morning, packing shit up to get ready to hop back in. What's your car called, Steve? What do you call it?
Oh. It's a Charger, you say?
Yep.
And what color is it? Let's see here.
You tell me. What color?
Okay. It would have to be sort of, well, it'd be, somewhat rusty and actually kind of multicolored, but mostly dark blue that kind of looks like black now.
Okay. Okay. And
And
what's
the name of it. Let's see. He's not given. I don't think he wants to name the car. It's sort of the car with no name.
Okay, nice. Okay, so what I need you guys to do then? Oh, sorry, I don't need you to do anything. Jeff, Mal is getting up, and what's he doing right now? Like, what's his sort of morning thing apart from shivering with the fear?
Yeah. So his Tetsubo is actually a baseball bat that he found.
Yeah.
And a bowling ball that he has like twined together with like wire, and like anytime he finds a bit of wire or barbed wire or anything like that, he builds it into his Tetsubo.
That's awesome.
So it's like but it's like his work of art. So he's always like, he's got a little pair of pliers that he found, and he's always like bending the wires, tightening them, fixing them, straightening out the little barbed wire spikes that have been bent from hitting someone in the face or whatever. So he's tinkering away at his Tetsubo.
Okay, so you get up, and you kind of get to the front, and you're tinkering away with that while Diego is packing things up, and Mao, what are you doing?
I'll be packing things up as well, and just conversing with my father. See if he has any input for the day.
Okay, and all of this is out loud, I'm guessing too.
Oh yeah.
So once again, Mao's having a conversation with himself with a disgusting thing, kind of following him behind him like some kind of like disgusting dog. What's Barry doing? What's Barry's morning ritual?
You know what? Barry has taken a shining to Diego's car.
Yeah.
So he's kind of busy trying to like either vainly polish it or buff out some of the rust. He's gotten to calling it Rainbow Dash.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Why you keep touching my car, boy?
I'm cleaning it for you. Look at it. It's got this little rust spot. It's coming out. I swear to God.
So, Mal, so this is sort of, you hear this going on. Mal's having this conversation with himself, and Barry and Diego are having the usual kind of like get your hands off my ride, thing that they seem to have all the time. You hear something stepping just outside of because this is Nevada. You sort of Diego had pulled up next to a small little like a exposed rock to sort of try and shelter from any of the sandstorms or worse post-apocalyptic weather events that can kind of blow in. Something with a 19, you think there's at least somewhere between 6 and 10 things that are basically encircling your encampment here.
Okay, I yell out, "Gentlemen!" And then I kind of laugh about it. I always call them gentlemen, and then I cackle to myself about it.
You guys all look over, and Mal has screamed out. What do you do?
I sneer.
Okay.
I signal that something is coming.
Okay. As you sort of do that, you've got just enough warning to hear kind of a there's a bunch of men and maybe women who leap out, basically again surrounding you guys, and they are you can tell from the patched together clothing, from the savage and primitive looking weapons, and the sort of cobbled together gear, that these are one of the scourges of the wastes or the wastelands, raiders. So here's how initiative works in this game: is we use a deck of cards. You each will get a card, and that will tell you when you act. If you draw a joker, we go from high suit down to low in order, and it is alphabetical order for the suit, from what is it? Clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades. In the case of ties, if you draw a joker, you get to act whenever you want. and you get +2 to all your trait checks and +2 to damage. Okay, so
Right.
I'm going to go along here, and I'm just going to put the cards in order of where I see you guys on my thing here. Barry, you got a Jack of Spades. Malcolm, you have 7 of Hearts. This is for Mao. You get a 5 of Spades, and sorry, Diego.
Now you're not dealing from the bottom of the deck, buddy.
Yes. The Raiders are on a 9 of Clubs. So the order is going to be, let's see here, and basically as you act, we'll go. So first up is going to be Barry. Barry, you do a quick kind of look around. You're at the car kind of buffing, and each of these guys is roughly about, they're within about maybe 10 or 15 yards of you guys. Like they've managed to sneak in quite close. And they're all kind of leaping up from the dust. They have a variety of like savage-looking hand weapons, and some of them have pistols drawn as well. What would you like to do? There's no question as to the intent of these things. The Wasted West is a place where you know by stopping to ask questions, you can sometimes lose your life that way. Just ask them now.
Are they mutants?
They're not mutants. They are unaltered humans.
Hmm.
Alright.
Well, you know what? It's obviously time to smash. So I will. How many of them are there?
There are 8 of them.
I'm going to hit them with, let's say, Atomic Blast.
Nice. Okay, so Atomic Blast, you can... Atomic Blast is actually a area effect thing. Because we're not using an actual map here, what we do is we just abstract it. So at default, what you can do is you can affect 2d4 targets.
Okay. Would that'd be all of them, would it?
No, well, potentially all of them, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so to cast it, what you need to do is make a faith check for me. So you're going to roll faith plus your wild die.
Okay, so faith is D10. Okay.
Yep.
And then my wild die is D6.
Yep. So you're going to roll both of those and take the best. If you roll a 1 on your faith roll, let me know.
Okay.
On the faith die, not on the wild die.
Okay, I rolled a 9 on the faith die.
Sweet. Okay, so here's what you also... Okay, the target number for everything is a 4. If you roll 4 better than that, then that's what's called a raise. And that has a better effect. So, let's see here. What is it? Atomic Blast. It hits 2d4. No effect on on a raise. It reduces the PowerPoint cost. So, the PowerPoint, it would cost you 2. You have 15 PowerPoints. It costs you 2 to cast this as a regular thing. So you got 13 left, or normally you have 13 left, but because you've got the raise, it's 1 less. Okay, and go ahead and roll 2d4, Dave. Tell me how many you affected.
I rolled a 4 on both of them. So.
Holy shit! So you could have this blast out from this massive atomic energy wave kind of runs out from your camp and tags all of them. So damage for AoE. Okay, roll damage for each of them. Okay, Dave, so now what I need you to do is grab 2d6, and remember, these can explode as well. If you roll a 6, roll it again and add it to the result.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with them. And basically, okay, there are 2 types of characters in this. There's wild cards like you guys that take 3 wounds to go down, and there are extras, which are pretty much everyone else, like these guys, who, when 1 wound, they're gone. So,
Okay.
Dave, I need you to roll against their toughness is a 5. If you roll a 9 or higher, you kill them. Let's start.
Rolled a 3 on one and 2 on the other.
Okay, so 5. Okay, so 1 is shaken. Roll again. You're going to roll 8 times, so just keep on going.
Okay. And I just add both of them together?
Yes.
6.
6, and remember, if you rolled a 6 on either of them, roll it again and add it to the result. Shaken.
Next one is 9.
9, dead.
7.
Shaken. Okay.
16.
Dead.
And 17.
If you roll 9 or higher, the thing's dead, so don't worry about it.
7.
7, is this shaken?
3.
3, no effect. One of them is behind a stone, I guess.
And 6.
And 6, okay, shaken. Okay, so 2 of them are outright zorched. One of them manages to dive behind a rock, but otherwise, what does this wave look like, Dave?
It kind of looks like it's this basically the air kind of has this ripple effect in waves.
Okay.
You know, on a really hot day, things just kind of have that that kind of shimmer to it.
Yep.
That, but it looks like it's coming towards them in waves, so kind of like distorting what they see behind it.
Okay. So you, what do you call it? Yeah, you cast that, and there's that shimmering like heat wave that goes out and hits these things. 2 of them are scorched outright and drop down dead, and the rest are sort of hit by this and staggered. I just rolled for them. They've all recovered from being shaken. But that was their action. Next up is Mal. What are you doing? Sorry, not Mal. I'll not say. I was saying Mal. Malcolm, what are you doing?
I will rush out towards one of the ones that are still standing.
Yep.
And since I was just working on my Tetsubo, it's ready to go, and I am going to clock him in the face.
Okay. Go ahead.
So
there's something you can do. What do you call it? There is a. You'll see that one of your abilities is called Kung Fu. All of you guys can do what's called a trick. You can either do an agility trick or a smarts trick. What it is basically it's you trying to do something to give you a combat advantage. If you're successful on your trick, the target is shaken. Think. Hold on.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So if you can come up with, and if you come up with a neat description for it, you can potentially get a bonus as well.
Okay, well I'll move towards him and I'll throw my pliers that I was holding in his face.
What it is, a trick gives -2 to their parry to the target number to hit them in hand to hand.
Okay.
And if you get a raise on it, then they're shaken.
Okay.
You can also do what's called a test of wills. You can use either your taunt or your intimidation, and that makes them shaken.
Cool.
Okay, so that's basically shaken is sort of like the staging ground to get onto a wound.
Right.
It's sort of like being staggered or stunned or something for a second. But here's the reason I mention it, Jeff, is because with your Kung Fu, you can always take an agility trick. You can make an agility trick and a fighting attack without a multi-action penalty. Normally, if you take a second action, you take -2 to your rolls.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I take the pliers that I was holding, and as I run at him, I say "catch," and I throw the pliers at him.
Nice.
And then I grab the Tetsubo with my other hand and swing it at him.
Okay. So making it an agility check first, and remember to use your wild die.
Yeah.
How you doing that? If you get a raise, then he's shaken.
Okay. Hold on. I got a 7 on my agility check.
Nice. Okay, so not quite a raise, but he does get -2 to his parry, which means his parry is now a 3. You need a 3 to hit him.
Okay. So, and I still roll the wild dice for attacks?
Yep.
Just not damage, right?
Except for damage rolls, you always add your wild die.
Okay. Nice. I got a 7.
7. Okay, that's a hit.
So the Tetsubo is
That's
2
hit and a raise. And a raise on a combat attack gives you plus 1d6 damage.
Wow. Okay. This is gonna hurt.
Yep.
Oh, and I rolled an 8. 15. 21.
Holy fuck.
22 damage.
So what does it look like? You kill him.
Yeah. I swing it so hard that like sometimes when I get a really good swing, the bowling ball, it sort of pulls away from the bat as it's swinging, and the wires all pull out. So it just gets this extra momentum and just cracks him right in the head.
Awesome. Wham!
Wham!
He is dead. Okay. Then next up, that was you, is Mao. What are you doing?
I'm going to use. How many are left?
There are
That would be the third one down, I believe.
4. There's 4 left, I believe.
4. Okay.
Yeah. No, 5 left. Sorry.
Okay. If there's 5 left, I saw something where I can target 5 people.
You can, I believe. Let's see here. Oh, that might be one of your buffing abilities. Let's see here. You have Brain Burn, which takes away, makes someone forget something. Kinetic Leap, which is kind of like a fly. Mask, which is an illusion, like disguise.
Oh yeah, it was the fly one.
Okay. You do have Psychokinetic Bolt, which it costs you 1 power point per bolt, but you can do up to 3 per round.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay. So go ahead and make 3, and you can just grab. You can make 3 psionics checks for me, please, and remember to add your wild die to each of them.
Oh, to each of them.
Yeah. Hold on, I might be doing that wrong. I think maybe you only have to roll once. You roll each time, and you roll a wild die each time. So 3 is basically you're making an attack roll with your psionics skill.
So I roll do I add anything to them, or?
No, just whatever you roll.
Okay, so I rolled a 6 and a 4.
Is the 6 on the d6?
They're both d6s.
Your psionics is a d10, I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Well, okay, with the d6, though, we can count that as your wild die. You would roll that again.
Okay.
If you roll, your target number is what you're looking for is a 5. So if you roll a 5, then you hit them with one of your bolts. If you roll a 9, you got a raise on it, which means you do 1d6 extra damage.
So I rolled an 8 with my d10.
Okay, but you rolled a 6 on your wild die, so you get to roll that again.
Okay.
Whenever you max a dice out, just roll it again.
I got another 6.
Yeah, keep on. Okay, so that's actually enough. You can't keep getting multiple raises. You get 1d6 extra damage. So that one hits. Roll it again. So the same combo of dice.
Okay.
Because each attack you get to roll your psionics and your wild die and pick whichever one's better.
I got a 7 is the highest out of the 2.
Okay, that hits. No raise, and roll one more time.
8 and 3.
8 and 3. Okay, so 8's a hit. Hit but no raise. So you are doing 1 damage. 1 damage at 2d6. 2 at 2d6 and 1 at 3d6. And remember, these dice can explode as well.
Okay. Okay.
It's such a fun mechanic.
So I got a 4 and a 6, and I rolled the 6 again. I got another 6, and I got a 5.
Okay. And that's your first roll, or that's each of your rolls?
That's my first one.
First one. Okay. So whatever that is way higher than is required. His brain explodes.
Okay.
And drops down.
And then I got a 5 and 2.
So it's a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the other one is shaken.
And a 5 and a 6, and then a 5. So 5, 6, 5.
Okay, another one. So basically, you lash out with your. What does it look like? What is your psionic powers? Don't have to have a physical manifestation.
It's kind of just like they just get like extreme like headaches. Kind of like you like swim really deep into the ocean.
Okay.
And if it starts hurting them, they'll start bleeding from the ears and nose and eyes.
Okay. So two of them kind of and blood starts pouring out of their eyes and their ears, and they drop down dead. And there's still three left. Okay. So that's your action. Next up is Diego. What are you doing?
Diego. Well.
Ooh, you quick draw as well. So you can draw a weapon as a free action.
Nice. Well, I will whip out a throwing axe.
Okay. Here's the other thing you can do, Steve, is you can make an agility check and gain +2 to it to draw 2, and then you can use your ambidexterity and your 2 weapons to attack twice.
I like it. Let's do it.
Okay. So make an agility check. Remember to add it's your agility dice plus your and then also roll your wild dice, and then add 2 to whichever one's highest.
Okay. So
target number is a 4 here.
Sorry?
Target number for skill checks is always a 4.
Okay, so I roll 2 d10s.
Yep. No, a d10 and a d6. Remember, your d6 is the wild die is always a d6.
Okay. Boom, and that is an 8 together.
Okay. Yeah. Then don't add them together.
Right.
They're separate.
Yeah.
Whichever one's better. You're rolling a d10 and you're rolling a d6, and then whichever one's better, add 2 to that.
9.
9. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, you 2 are out. Go ahead and make. Do you want to throw both?
Let's throw them both.
Okay. So you're rolling your throwing die, which is a d10, and your wild die twice.
Got it.
Target number is a 4.
Boom. All right, let's go here. Well, I rolled 9 on the 1 d10.
So that means that's 1 raise. So you get plus 1d6 to damage on it.
Oh, nice. Okay. And then I roll a d10 again, and the die. And I get a 6 from the die.
Okay, roll. If it's a 6, remember they explode. So if you roll the maximum, roll it again and add it to it.
Here we go, baby.
If you roll the maximum on any dice, just re-roll it.
Okay.
And add it down.
8?
8.
So 8 is also 4 higher, so you get a raise on that one too. So then, Steve, I need your damage will be 1d8 plus 2d6, and add those all together. And if any of those come up as a max, you get to re-roll it as well.
Nice. All right. Let's rock and roll. Boom. Well, no, the only thing that came up as a 6 was my d8. And that was, so my d8 got 6.
Okay. What's the total?
Total is 9.
9. Okay, 9 is enough to kill the first one, and roll that again for the second one. You're rolling damage from each of the attacks right now.
Come on, baby. Son. Oh, yeah. Hold on. 6 plus 6. Oh, yeah, baby. 1. And that is 18 plus 8 is 24. How you like that?
Holy shit. Okay, so the first one kills the guy. The second one really kills the guy. So what does it look like?
The hatchet, these guys are kind of a little weakened. It's kind of like they're partially lepers from the wasteland. So the axe actually goes right through his face and then out the back of the head, and the head kind of splits open as a brain.
Nice. Okay, so those 2 drop down, which means there is 1 remaining. So, initiative again. There you go. Okay, going on here. Barry, Jack, Malcolm.
7. Did you shuffle this deck?
I did.
Wow, that's impressive.
Oh, Mal.
Big ace.
Does that mean last or
First.
Oh,
Ace is high.
Ace
It's
is
like
high.
poker in this. It's like a poker deck.
Diego, sorry.
3 of us got the same card.
And there we go. That is the bad guys. So, first up will be, once again, Barry, what are you doing?
No, it's Mao. You got an ace.
Oh, yeah, Mal. Sorry, Mal. You're up first. What are you doing?
so it's one guy left here?
Yeah.
Yes, one guy left.
Okay, and is he wounded or anything, or is he full health there?
No, he's everyone recovered. There was some of them were buffeted by the atomic blast, but they have recovered from it.
Okay. Oh, so okay, they've recovered pretty fast then, or how's that?
It's when they're shaken. The only thing you can do is make a spirits check to see if you can recover.
Oh, okay.
So you make a check against target number 4. They all happen to roll well enough, so they all recovered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'm going to try to make him confused, I guess. I'm going to try to brain burn him and make him question why he's even in this fight.
Okay.
Or we could,
I'll make him lose the last 5 minutes of time.
yeah.
Okay.
Or we could actually just convince him that they weren't fighting us, maybe. But anyways, yeah.
That's not what you can do with it. What you can do is read the ability. It makes you. It allows you to make them lose 5 minutes of memory.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes on a raise. That 5 minutes can be the last 5 minutes. It can be 5 minutes from their childhood. It can be 5 minutes from when you had a conversation 2 days ago. Whatever you want.
Okay. It'll be the last 5 minutes.
Okay. So you're making a contested psionics versus his smarts.
Good.
Okay,
So I roll a d10 then?
That's what I rolled for him.
Okay.
So see if you get a raise.
I'm rolling a d10, right?
Remember, and always a d6, your wild die. That's why I suggested you set aside one of them. Pick one special d6 to always be your wild die, because you'll never forget it.
I rolled 2 1s.
Oh, no! Here's one of the good things, though. Take a look at your character sheet. There's 2 things I want to point out. One is that because you're, what is it, a mind bender?
Mentalist.
Mentalist, you get +2 to your roll. However, because you rolled a 1, that means you suffer brain burn unless you want to use one of your bennies to re-roll that.
Sure.
Okay.
So do I re-roll both?
You re-roll both dice, yes, always.
4 and 3.
4 and 3, okay, so that's better, which means 4 is the highest. You get to add +2 from your mentalist, means a 6, which means you got a raise. You get to take away 10 minutes of his memory. What are you going to do? The last 10 minutes?
Last 10 minutes, yeah.
Okay, so he kind of, and he gets this distinctly, what the fuck is going on look on his face. So that is Mal. Next up is Barry. What are you doing?
You know what? I'm gonna rush him with the gavel.
Okay, so you go racing in. Let's get a stalkily. Bring down the old mallet. Go ahead and make a fighting check. Try and hit him.
That's 1d8.
And actually, I'm going to give you a plus because he just lost last. He has no idea where the fuck he is. I'm going to give you a +2 to hit.
Okay. So that's just 1d8, right?
No, always remember, except for damage dice, you're always adding your wild die.
Oh, okay. So 1d8 plus 1d6.
Yep, and take whichever one's highest.
Yeah, don't add them together.
Okay.
Only for damage do you add dice together.
Yeah, damage you add dice together. Everything else you treat them separately. So you pick whichever's highest.
Okay. 5.
5. Okay. So yeah, you go in and wham, hit them. Is that with the +2?
Oh no.
So the reason you're getting a +2 is because Mao just sucked out the last 10 minutes of the guy's memory.
Oh, okay. Well, that'd be 7 then.
That definitely is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Damage would be Barry. The gavel does 1d8 plus 1d6.
Okay. 6.
6. Okay, 6 is enough to shake him, not to take him down. So he, you hammer him, and he's like, "What the?" He has maybe a machete in his hand, and he has got like maybe half of a gimp mask on, and he's otherwise just kind of got straps and stuff running all over that have little pouches. Holding Lord knows what. Okay, so he kind of snarls at you, but let's. Oh, and it is his action next. Okay, so he swings at you. Oh, I got an 8 against your parry. What's your parry?
My four.
4. Okay, so he hits you, and I get to roll his strength plus his thing against your toughness of a 10. I rolled a 7, which means I do not get your toughness, so you get your... What does your shield look like?
It's an old riot shield.
Oh, nice. Okay, the riot shield gets up. That machete kind of clatters off of it. You take no damage whatsoever. Next up is Diego.
Malcolm.
Oh yeah, sorry, Malcolm.
Yeah, I look over. I see there's only one guy left. I go pick up my pliers off the ground and start taking the face and brain out of my Tetsubo.
Nice. Here's something you could do: is if you want to combine that with some sort of intimidating action, you may. Well, I guess he's shaken already. He can't get more shaken.
No, he's already in big trouble.
It's worth knowing that if
in the future.
Yeah, in future, because what you can do is if you can give them a shaken condition, if you take shaken twice from damage, you get wounded, which means extras go out. So you can intimidate or taunt to sort of set up your allies.
Right.
Okay, so then...
No, in this case, I basically look over at him and think he's dead and just...
Okay, you're like, I know that Diego's got him. So Diego, what are you doing?
Diego's got him. Diego is going to... what else? I got something else here. I got a battle axe.
Yeah.
So let's walk on in there and battle axe this fella.
Okay, so you quick draw your battle axe, you race in, go ahead and make an attack.
Alrighty. So that is it's not throwing, that is fighting. D10, same thing.
Yep.
Plus the wild card.
Heck yeah.
Oh, that's a 9.
9. Nice. So that with a raise. So
yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that's any raise on an attack is an extra D6 damage.
Oh yeah. And the damage is 2d8. 1d8, 2d8 plus 2d6. And that is 5 plus 3 is 8, 10, 12.
12. Yeah, you completely annihilate this guy.
Cut his arm off.
Nice. He kind of looks at it, stunned, because he still can't remember how he got here. And falls down, bleeding out.
Oh, did they attack the wrong group of people?
What do you call it? You guys just sort of like, and you unfortunately don't really have time to rest because I'm going to allow you to keep that super high roll from before. As you're cleaning bits out of your Tetsubo, Malcolm, you hear the roar of engines. Fuck. These guys may have been scouts. So I got to take a piss, actually, guys. So let's take a 2-minute bio break or 5-minute bio break, and then we'll come back and pick up where we are.
Awesome.
Hey, Missy Lou. What's up? Hi. What are you doing? Good girl. Yes. You're a good girl. Except for when you bark. Except for when you bark.
So there are 3 superhero movies this year, 7 superhero movies next year, 10 superhero movies the year after that, 7 planned after that, and then I think 5 planned after that.
Holy shit. Hey! Emmy?
You know, honestly, until like 50% of them are stinkers, I'm okay with that.
I'll watch them for sure. It's actually a great way to expand on that universe, right?
Yeah, like so far they just seem to be expanding in a way that I appreciate.
Absolutely. But I bet you they're not going to make a ton of money when there's 10 of them in 1 year.
No, that's true.
Well, I say there's got to be a point where the the dam breaks and they stop making. Although I mean, I guess like even like the ones that they don't see them as being financially successful, like Spider-Man, they still make shit tons of money.
Yeah. Good point.
At least for now, but.
Well, has there been any major superhero movie that's been a flop in the last 5 years?
Not. Last one was I think that, and I'm not
Green
sure.
Lantern?
Yeah, Green Lantern. Yeah.
Is that like the last flop? I don't know. I can't think of any.
I guess that was kind of floppy, but it still did all right, I think.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
They considered. I think Green Lantern was a failure because the amount of money that went into it. They spent a shit ton of money making it.
right.
Mm.
I don't know. I just can't really think of any really bad ones.
No. Right. Is everyone, Dave, are you back?
Yep.
Awesome, okay. So, then, which of you guys would, do you think would hear it? Would hear the sort of the sound of the vehicles coming?
Oh, I hear it. I know that whisper anywhere.
Okay.
And by the way, my car does have a name.
Yeah, what is it?
Acetylene Gene.
Nice! Love it.
Like our camp would be something that we are like ready to just rip out of the ground in seconds, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, traveling the wastelands is not like camping. It's like praying that you wake up alive the next day.
Yeah, like you called it a tarp. Like we're talking like a stick and a tarp and 2 tent
Exactly.
pegs kind of thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that's you all know like this is a routine you have all gone through.
Yeah, like let's get the fuck out of here. We're like 30 seconds and we're in the car kind of thing.
Yeah, you're not even clock a second thought here whatsoever.
Yeah.
And okay, so what we're doing now is as you sort of all pile into Acetylene Gene. Sorry, Nick, were you saying something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any time to just grab like the weapons they dropped and just throw them in the car or anything like that?
The interesting. Steve's character is greedy, but let's see here. Scrounging the corpses would take. Where's it here?
Yeah, check the time because I would say that I don't know how long we've been traveling together, but like myself and Barry would know that frickin' Mao and Diego are like that, and we would be doing like the pack up our camp, knowing that they're like grabbing their weapons and scrounging these guys, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It would be like a routine if this such a thing existed.
Yep.
And Mao is going to say to Ember, arm. And then Ember's going to go pick up the arm and munch on it.
Okay.
So what is Ember actually, Kev?
It is a German Shepherd-sized mutated Gila monster.
Okay, what's a Gila monster? Like a Iguana?
Gila monster is like a. Do a Google search, Google image search. Gila is Gila monster.
Like it's a lizard.
It's a lizard. So it's a bloated, oversized Gila monster.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
They've got this. They've got sort of a snub maw, and they've got these sort of like stony kind of pocked scales.
Yeah. Are they one of the ones with like a really poisonous mouth?
They have an exceptionally. It's because they've got bacteria that lives in their gums.
They're one of those.
Like,
just like a Komodo.
Sorry?
Like a Komodo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like their bite is toxic.
Oh, maybe I'm conflating the two. I could be making them into one animal.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know anything about Gila monsters. So.
I haven't taken a bio class since I was 18, so...
They showed like pictures of their bite, and they do look kind of nasty, so...
So, to loot one corpse...
not only that, they have venom.
Yeah.
A group of corpses take 1d6 minutes to loot. So,
minutes. That's a long time.
But, you know, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to roll, and I'll tell you how long, I'll know how many minutes it is before they get here.
Okay.
Okay. I'm setting it aside here. Do you guys wish to loot the corpses?
So
Diego's going to use his instincts, but of course he's greedy. So how about he makes a roll for perception? Although he's going to be a little biased, though.
You know what you do, Steve? Why don't you? A good idea. Why don't you make a streetwise check for me?
Streetwise.
And just to be clear, me and Barry have packed the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the back seat with the door open. Barry's sitting in the front seat with the engine running and the driver's door open. And we are like looking at these guys, like yelling at them the whole time they're looting, no matter what.
6.
But it's like a routine, you know. It's like a.
Yeah. So, would you roll, Steve?
So I rolled a 6, which exploded into a 9.
Wow. These things, if you're hearing it this close, they're going to be on you right away. So what I can do is I can let you make one. I can let you, if you decide to quickly kind of like, grab what you can, and then race over to the car because you can hear them screaming at you. You guys can both make a notice check for me, please. And remember, for anyone who doesn't have it on their sheet, you've got a D6 in notice. Steve, because it's scavenging, you get to add +2 to your roll.
All right. Round your +2 to notice rolls with scavenging. Notice D8.
Remember the wild die too.
Move! Oh!
Nice!
See, I can prove it. See, 6s.
No, I believe you.
And then last one, boom, 4. So there you go. So that is 16. Oh, plus 2 is 18.
Okay, awesome. Steve, do you have a pack of cards there?
Somewhere.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Don't worry about it. I've got a separate second set here.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is, because you, what do you call it? You did well on your scavenging. You get to, on this guy, you also find, in addition to roll 4d6. Okay, so money is like not a thing. Nick, how did you do on your scavenge?
What do I do? Notice, and that's it?
Just notice, yeah.
I got, I rolled a 6. I don't know if I explodes. Sorry.
No, you don't explode.
2 2s.
2 2s, okay. You don't find anything of value, unfortunately. You pick the guy who's like, you're sort of like, come on, come on, come on, and there's nothing of value on this guy.
I got 17.
17. Okay. Hey, Emmy. Hey, no barking.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. I think
Kev, is there rules for a car chase in this game, or like?
there are. Yes, there are.
That's awesome.
Okay. Oh shit, Steve-O, guess what I just drew for you?
What? Joker? Ace. Oh.
Two aces.
Damn.
So-
I'm all in.
Holy fuck! Okay, so an ace of
Define
diamond.
the Holy Grail.
Man.
Pocket aces.
There is what do you call it? You got it's keys and a map. You're like,
Ooh.
what the shit is on this guy? So you're not sure what that is.
Okay.
The other one is an ace of clubs. Whoa! Roll 1d6 for me, please.
Oh man, which one do I roll? I picked that one. Boom, and I roll a 1.
A 1. You pull out. Nice. There is a 50 caliber pistol.
Ooh,
This
dang.
guy's got with a full clip.
Ooh.
This guy's got some kind of tattoos on his his shoulder, which are like stars. So you get the sense that in whatever this guy's raider gang is, he seems to have been a mucky muck. So
Everybody.
good job killing him. Okay, so you got 50 caliber pistol.
I'm going to take a look at this guy.
Kent, that's what you've done. You've looked at your guy. There's nothing of value. You picked
No,
this.
I just mean I'm going to look at him and just
Yeah.
like get an impression of what he looks like,
Okay, sure.
in case I need to change my face.
Okay, let's see here. Do you pick the guy whose brain exploded, the other guy whose brain exploded, the guy with the hatchet in the face, the guy with the mask in the face?
Well,
Well,
you got a
I'm-
bowling ball shatter his skull.
Energy.
We kind of beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, there's really like nothing left.
Oh yeah, the one guy's arm got chopped off. His face is fine.
Okay, so the armless guy. Second. Okay,
I will get the-
Steve, effectively, just maybe just jot down. The pistol is very similar to what you got already,
Okay.
but it does 2d8 damage,
Ooh.
and it has 6 shots in it,
Nice.
and it's got a better range than your existing pistol.
Cool. No, it's worth something for sure.
And there's like what do you call it? There's something on it that gives it a what do you call it? Makes it look like a special, like as if it was a gift from someone. I'll let you think about that. You can tell me what it is. But finally you've looked up and like shit. We got to get going.
All right.
You,
I said, let's get out of here. We gotta go.
Okay. So-
yeah. You hear from the car.
Into the spotlight in our faces.
Now the what do you call it? You guys go racing over, and here we go. You hop into acetylene gene. The engine roars to life, and you peel out. You can see that acetylene gene's got some other modifications, including it's a supercharger. It also has the all-terrain conversion, so it's essentially a 4-wheel drive sports car.
Excellent. This is what I need. And I like her at the ram plate. Good stuff. Well, we got a machine gun on her.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so here's what. I actually got to do normal initiative. Okay, so here's the way chases work. Chases, we pick a length. This will be essentially a dogfight. So whoever the fight will go on until it finishes. You guys go roaring out. One of the things that because it's abstracted, the cards will tell us sort of how far apart you guys are. And if you draw a clubs card, it means that there is some sort of obstruction.
Okay.
This goes for the bad guys as well. But
All right.
and what that means is it's a complication. It's things as small as like something kind of distracts you and you can't do anything this round, up to like you got to make a driving check at -4 or your car kind of.
Okay. All right.
So.
Here you go.
Also, there is a 50 caliber turret in the back. If someone wants to man that.
Who's manning?
Yeah. I'm probably already ready to man the gun since I've been waiting in the car.
Okay, so you're on the thing, kind of hitting the thing. Check. It's ready to be fired.
Yeah.
And woof, you guys go off. Okay, so now, okay, initiative. So as you guys pull out, you kind of pull around the rock. You do a quick look over your side there, Diego. There's about 10 to 15 motorcycles and 3 cars that are fairly heavily modified for raiding.
Okay.
So I'm going to split the motorcycles into groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, and then there's the cars. Okay, so I'm going to do the same way again. As you guys roll out, Steve, your card will tell us how far apart you guys are. Incidentally, you had 2 minutes before they got to you.
Nice. Just enough time.
Yep. So you roll out, and let's see here. We'll do. I'll do the same order again. So first one is Barry, King.
Nice.
Malcolm. You're seeing them before at the same time I do now. Mal.
Oh, you have to check that.
Diego. That is a.
I'm a club. He's hard.
Before hearts. So Malcolm, you'll be before Mal. Diego, you got a 9 of diamonds, and the bad guys got a 4 of hearts. So they act all. Oh, sorry, that's the motorcycles. Yeah, I'll do 3 groups here. So fuck it, I'll do the motorcycles and I'll do the cars. Too hard to keep track of all the other shit. Both are on 4. Okay, so first up will be Barry. What are you doing? You're roaring out right now. Let's see here. Hold on here. Okay, so here's how the way it works. Steve, I need Diego to make a driving check. That will, if you get a success.
Yep.
Yeah. Each success and raise, you get to draw an additional card.
Nice.
So and then you get to pick which one you want to use.
I just love the mechanics of this game.
Yeah, that's great.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Some of the big magic is awesome too, where you, like, I played a mad scientist.
Oh yeah.
We played the Wild West version of this game, and like when you make inventions and stuff, you like literally like draw poker hands to see how cool your invention turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I rolled a 5, so I just rolled a 10 and a 6.
You roll a 10 and a 6?
Yeah, and I got a 5. The highest one was a 5.
Okay, I see. Yeah, D6. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so 5. So you got a success, which means you get to draw a card, so that's fine. They only got a success, so that's it. So let's see here. You got advantage.
Oh yeah. Pull some moves here. What's the terrain like?
You get +2 to your roll, actually, Steve, because you're faster than them.
Oh.
So that means you get to draw a second card.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you want that instead of the 8 of hearts.
That's a kick.
So the 9 of diamonds that we had. Okay, so we got that. Okay. So let's see, diamonds and hearts. So you're actually before. Let's see, before Barry. So I'm just trying to figure out the. I read this over before we started the session, but I'll make sure I'm doing this right.
You just got to be like 95% right, Kev.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to remember where.
I know what I'm saying.
Who determines it here? Okay.
You're the DM. It doesn't matter.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so Steve, you unfortunately, you took a little too much time. Kind of, wow, this gun is fucking nice. Before you get in, you roll out, and they're like right on top of you.
Yeah, great.
So, but you do have yourself in a superior position.
I am a bit of a ring general in a car.
So you must have advantage to target your enemy with an attack. So because you've got a higher card, you can attack them. They can't attack you.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
So you kind of roar out, and you hit. They've also, like, the motorcycles kind of fan out to kind of get out of your way. The cars kind of all jockey for positions behind it. You guys are free to do an attack. Now, you're driving, Steve, so I'm guessing you're sort of occupied.
Okay.
Which means that you guys, the rest of you guys, have. I see. Here's the thing, Steve: is you can actually do multi-actions if you want, which is and you can. I mean, you're in advantage. You can ram if you want.
Okay.
I'd say if it's an attack roll, it's got to be like a pot shot, like a.
Yeah, you could be. You got a gun in your hand as well, so you could.
Yeah, like you throw your gun out the window and just fire. I mean.
I'd love to see what that gun does to one of the motorbikes, the new 50 cal. Give it a whirl.
Okay, so that'll be on Jeff's turn.
All right.
Or on Malark's turn. Okay, so to ram, you make opposing drive rolls. If you win, then you ram them, and the damage. D6. Okay, so it is the relative speed between the two. So let me get there. Speed of your vehicle is souped up as well too, so it's even faster. Steve, do you have your the speed of your vehicle listed?
The what, sorry?
The acetylene gene's got top speed. So it says AC is acceleration, TS is top speed.
Gotcha. 30/56.
Okay. In which case, I think you are much faster than these. What would you like to try and ram? One of the cars or one of the motorcycles?
Let's see here.
You were faster than both.
You're fast, so I mean, like, I don't want to lose any speed or fall behind. So I mean, I'll pick the closest guy.
Okay. Well, it's abstracted, so it can be whatever one you want.
Okay. Let's see here. I'll go for one of the cars.
Okay. So roaring over. Go ahead and make a driving check. I'm making my driving check.
Oh, boy, here we go. That's 8. Oh, plus anything? Plus 2? So that's 10.
10. Yeah, you hammer it and you get a raise.
Yeah.
So what do you call it? You get to add D6 to damage. And because you're ram prow, you get to add another D6. So the damage will be every 5. Okay, so their speed is 36. Yours is 50. You get 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be 4D6. But you're rolling 6D6 against this guy.
Nice.
And I'm rolling 3D6 against you.
Rock me, Amadeus. And I don't get any explosions on this.
Yes, you do.
All right. Explode me, baby.
Instantly on you, it's a good solid hit, but it doesn't damage the acetylene gene.
Oh, baby, that's right. She can't. Old Jean, she's sturdy. All right, so I get 6 plus 5, 11, 12, 15, 19, 24, 25.
Okay, you hammer this thing. The car spins to the side. It clips on on one of the boulders that's sitting there, or stones sitting up. Hits up in the air, spins around. Acetylene gene goes underneath it, and the thing lands on its back and explodes behind you.
Yeah.
Okay, there are 2 cars left. So that was you. Next up is Barry. What are you doing?
So they're basically right behind us, right?
They are right in. You can actually attack at melee range right now.
Haha. How much? Okay, so how much space is there around the turret?
There isn't a lot, but I'm guessing there's sort of windows that you guys are used to hanging out of, and Mao using his psionics and you using your what do you call it, radiation divine magic.
All right. So I'm gonna look up at Malcolm and I'll be like, no, not that, this, and I'll reach out the window and I'll cast EMP.
Nice. Okay, so make your faith check.
Faith check is D10 plus D4.
No, D10, and you're always rolling your wild die.
Okay. Six.
6. Okay, so that's a success. So roll 2d4. That's how many high-tech vehicles are affected by it.
You know what, Kev? Can I actually spend 2 extra points?
You can, yeah, and do 2d6.
Yeah. Are there that many vehicles?
Oh yeah, there's 10 motorcycles, and there are 2 more cars left.
All right, let's have at them. 7.
7. Okay. I'll say one of the cars and 6 of the motorcycles just all drift into the back as they on them. What does it look like, Dave?
What was that?
What does it look like?
You know what? It's basically this blue wall that kind of like blasts out, and just anything that it kind of hits in its wake either stops or slows or.
Okay. It goes out, and it's those motorcycles and whatnot all drop out. So you are down to. Let's see here. Your atomic blast was 2, and your. You know what? I'm gonna leave you to keep track of your PowerPoints because I don't want to keep track of it. Okay, that was you. Next up is let's see here, clubs or hearts. Clubs is now on the 50 cal.
Nice. So what do I roll on this sucker?
Here's the way it works: is the 50 cal is a rate of fire 3. So here's where you give 2 different choices. You can fire 3 times at -2 to hit. Auto and unsteady platform at -4 to hit. No, hold on. The turret would take that away. So you can roll your shooting die 3 times and your wild die once, and take -2 to each of the results, and take the 3 highest results. Or you can you do a 3-round burst and sort of focus your 50 cal on one target, get +2 to hit, +2 to damage.
Okay, I'll try it. There's one last car, right? Chasing
That's
us?
right, yeah.
Okay, I will focus on the car.
Okay, here's the thing. The way armor piercing works, guys, you'll notice that a lot of you guys have a toughness score where it's a toughness and there's a bracket and there's a number next to that. That bracket number is your armor. That's how much of your toughness is due to armor you're wearing, either your improvised armor or whatever.
Yeah.
What armor piercing does is it allows you to get past that armor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you can ignore some of that stuff.
So, wait, so what do I roll for this attack then?
So you're rolling, your shooting die is what, a D6?
A D8.
A D8, oh nice, okay. So you're rolling 3D8 and your wild die?
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, were you doing a 3-round burst or are you doing 3 different attacks?
A 3-round burst at the other automobile.
Okay, then you're rolling 1D8 and your wild die.
Okay,
and
just
you
1D8.
plus to the hit.
Okay, so best roll +2.
That's right.
Okay. 7.
7. Nice. Okay, so that is a hit. It fires away. Damage on the 50 cal is on Steve's thing. 2d10 +2.
Whoa. 2d10 +2.
Wait, you rolled a 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7. Okay.
So it's no raise.
The 7 is including the +2?
Yeah.
Okay.
2d10 +2. So this one I'm adding them though.
That's right.
Okay. 12 +2, 14.
14. Okay. That is okay. So The 50 cal has armor piercing 3, which means you get through 3 points of the armor. The toughness then is an 8, and you rolled what?
14.
14. So it's a wound. So this thing suffers a wound now. Basically, -1 to all is driving checks and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
It starts chewing into the armor on this
Yeah,
thing.
it's like you did enough damage to it to
and
affect his ability to drive. Yeah.
it also has to make a crash check now. So -1 actually failed. So, let's see here. Out of control. Roll 2d6 for me, Jeff.
2d6. 8.
8. This thing, so it gets hit and kind of slides way off to the side. So it hasn't completely lost control, but it's out of hasn't like come to a halt, but it's way out of control. Okay, so that was you, and now it is Mao.
I'm going to scramble brain 5 of the drivers.
Nice. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, nice. Okay, so that'll cost you 6 points. You are going to make 6. So if you grab, what is your? You have to roll individually because you get to add your wild die to each of them. So go ahead and roll 6 times. Tell me what the highest total is for each of them.
Okay. 8. Oh no, wait! I'm not adding them together, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know, actually, sorry, I'm just rereading the ability. All you need to do is roll 5 times, and you need a 4 to get a hit. So each of them, and then when you, if you do get a hit, they have to make a smarts roll at -2 or be shaken.
Okay, so the first one hit.
Yeah. Did you get a raise?
What? How much is a raise?
A raise is 4 over it. So if you roll a 4, you're a success. If you roll an 8, it's a raise.
Okay, so first one, I'll tell you if there's a raise. Second one hit as well.
Okay.
Third one hit.
Okay.
And the fourth one hit, and I got an 8 and a 6 and a 5.
Okay. Awesome. So all 5 of them are they're all dropping back because they're having to be take control of the vehicles. I'm going to roll drive checks for them as well. No 1s, so they're still in control of the vehicle, but they're going to be not acting next round. So what does it look like for you? Sorry, what was that, Nick?
The last one I had rolled was a raise.
It was a raise. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, so they took them. What that means is they get -4 to their smarts check.
Okay.
Okay, so all 5 of them kind of kind of all drop back. So you've only got 1 car which is damaged and 4 motorcycles left. The car is going to have to. The guy's going to have to spend his action getting control of it. There still is 4 motorcycles, but they can't attack this round, so they're just chasing after you guys. All of them have like chains or like crudely made axes or crowbars or stuff out, and they're trying to get up on you guys. Okay, next round of a chase.
We're like a well-oiled machine.
You guys are yes. Okay. Do you guys want me to do the order that I've been doing, or do you want me to give you Steve's one first?
So what do you mean, Steve's one?
Like, because Steve's the driver, he's just saying, do we want him to pull Steve's card first?
Oh, yeah, I don't see why not.
Sure.
Okay.
Shake it up a little.
Diego?
Alright.
7. Okay. And then Gary. And Malcolm. And Mao. Nice. And bad guys. Whoa!
Ooh. Oh.
They finally got a good pull.
Oh, shit. Diego. You just rolled a club. I've got a clubs for you. So Oh, I fucked up. Diego, make a driving check.
Driving check. Checking the driving. Here, and we get a 6 for that. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, that's I get a +2, right?
You do because you're faster. That's right.
5.
5. Okay, so you get a success, which means you get only 1 card. Okay, so
Wait, Steve, did you roll your wild dice too?
I rolled the wild one too. Yeah.
Wow.
Remember, Steve, you got 3 bennies. You can spend a benny to re-roll.
With a benny to re-roll, eh? And then I can. Yeah. Why the heck not? Let's do it.
Papa Benny.
Get that Benny. Here we go. All right, let's go. The dice. There we go, baby. Boom, and that is a 7.
7. Okay, nice. You don't get a raise, but it's still good. Okay, so you what do you call it? This round, you're sort of like whoa, you ran that one guy, you're outpacing the other ones. Unfortunately, you weren't quite watching where you're going. There is a major obstacle. You sort of look back and like, fuck! There's one of those big, pillars in the middle of Nevada that is, you kind of come over a crest and you find the remains of one right in front of you.
Wiley Cody.
Yeah, I need you to make a driving check at -2 to avoid it or you suffer damage.
Balls, here we go. Come on, let's do this. Rock boils and ghouls. I need.
You're going at top speed too, so it'll be a lot of fucking damage. You really want to make this check.
Okay. All right, let's rock it.
Come on, Steve. I love this car.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car. Come on, acetylene. Boom. What? Can I use a Benny?
Yes, you can. You got 2 left.
Do I have to tell you what I rolled?
Just for our entertainment.
Remember, your bennies, you get to re-roll both dice. Like your wild dice gets to get re-rolled as well.
Cool. Good stuff. All right, that's golden. All right, I rolled a double 1 there. All right.
Unfortunately, no bonus for doubles.
Yeah, that would not.
Boom! Got an 11. So I got 9 + 2 is 11.
Awesome. Okay, so you what do you call it? You come racing over. You see this thing, and what's the maneuver you pull? Remember, you're going top speeds. You're probably going about 70 miles an hour right now. What's the maneuver you pull to get the fuck out of the way of this thing?
I yank the car to the right. It goes up on the left wheels, and then I sort of skid on the side of my car a little bit, and then it drops down afterwards, and I just.
Awesome. So you guys in the back are like, what the shit is going on? And Ember falls into your lap, Barry.
Oh, Kev, is there like an agility roll or something that I should make, maybe?
Yeah, why not?
I feel like working this gun, and he just did that. I feel like it's only fair.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Oh, good. I got a 6.
A 6. A 6 is good enough.
I managed to hold on to the gun, but...
Yeah. Okay, so unfortunately, as a result of, that maneuver, the motorcycles are able to overtake you guys, and they are at short range now. So now each one of them is going to take an attack against each of you guys. So Barry, one of the guys has a, what do you call it? Essentially like a sharpened kind of rebar thing that he kind of tries to get at you, but he rolled a natural 1, so it gets caught in Acetylene Jean's tires and pulled out of his hand. So it is not there anymore. The next one brings a hatchet out towards you. You sort of recover, you, Malcolm, and he kind of comes down, and there was a natural 1 as well. Hits you, and then Jean pulls away, and it. Whoa! So you have a hatchet that's now sitting inside your the turret. Then against Mao, you're sort of poking your head out there. The guy takes aims his pistol at you, rolls a 2, bam, fires wide. They suffer a -2 penalty instantly because they're on an unsteady platform. And the final one is against you're sort of just finished recovering from. Annie, hey! No barking. No barking. I know. Okay, so you come down off the two wheels, Steve, and Diego, you sort of, whoa, shit, and this guy's kind of comes ramming over in a on a motorcycle, and whoa, hits you with a couple raises, and wham, hammers you with a spiked club. Hey, Tammy, no, come on, nope. Hey, calm down. No.
Is she just barking at strangers, Kev?
She's barking at our neighbors for coming out of their door.
Yeah.
They have a dog, so she just goes apeshit over the dog. Well, she goes apeshit over any hint of a possibility of the dog being there. So essentially, just goes nuts whenever our neighbors leave.
Yeah.
And she's smart enough that our neighbor's garage is underneath us. So when she hears it, she knows they're either coming home or going out. So she's just like, oh, shit, I got to freak out.
Yeah, here they come.
Yeah. She's getting way better, though, this week, because I was home a couple of days. I started doing this and, like, stopping her from barking and then bringing her to wherever I am. That's making a big difference. I don't know if you guys noticed from even, like, the last couple of times we played, she's been barking tonight a lot less, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, other than just now when she got a little bit worked up, yeah, she's been barking a lot less.
Yeah. Okay, so Steve, you did get hit by this guy's thing, so here we go.
And you're dead.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling nothing right now.
Yeah, you were trying to live.
All right.
Steve, I only rolled a 4. So this guy hits you, but tell me how you managed to avoid the... Wow!
Oh, yeah, you have great armor.
I do have great armor. I sort of see him coming. I don't know what to do, and like I can pull away, but I notice he's close, so I turn into the swing and just cut short his swing a little bit.
Awesome. So like this would have taken your head clean off. You sweep the car and he kind of bang, hits up against the strut from the front of your thing, and he kind of looks at you. He's got a what do you call it? A motorcycle helmet that's wrapped in barbed wire. Okay, so that was them. You don't get to attack this round, but next up, or at least, sorry, Steve, you don't get to attack and Molly, because they're in advantageous position.
All right.
That's not true. Sorry, I don't think any of you guys get a... Sorry. Passengers act on the driver's action card. Sorry, guys.
So we only need one card.
Yeah, it's only one card for the chase. So, okay, so basically what happens is because they were in a better position, you guys aren't able to, like you're not able to get a bead on them. They sort of attack and then sort of drop back and are sort of circling around as you guys are racing across this, this desert. So, faster. Next round, Steve, I need you to make a driving check. We'll see
Come on, Steve!
Oh, and you guys...
Oh, Nero.
Hey, guys, you can make what's called a cooperative check if you like. If you can come up with some way that you're helping, you can make a check, and...
Kev,
yeah.
I'm going to say that when he made that driving maneuver and I made that dexterity check,
yeah.
I did fire the 50 cal in just sort of a spread. I wasn't trying to hit anyone, but just kind of like disrupted their driving a little bit.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So here's the way it works, guys, is each of you if you've got some way that you can think that would help, you can make a skill check. And like, so for your thing, Jeff, let's say you come down and that's what you're going to do. So you're going to kind of, try and help them out.
Yeah, okay. So make a shooting check?
Make a shooting check. On a success, you get to, against a 4, you get to add +1 to your roll, Steve.
Okay.
Barry and Mark, can you guys think of something that you would help him with?
Oh, nice. Got a 6 on my wild die. An 8 total.
Nice.
So success and a raise? Not that it matters. But...
I think it's only a +1. I don't think raises count for the cooperative rolls.
Okay, so it's just +1.
Yeah.
This is an awesome world, Kev.
For each, it's +1 for each success and raise.
Nice. That's a +2.
Okay, so you gave +2. Barry and Mao, can you guys think of something that might help him with his roll?
This is for his driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a way in which you're helping him drive better than the motorcycles.
Well, I think Barry's got his head basically hanging out the window, and he's basically helping. He's helping Diego navigate, basically giving positioning for the vehicles around him, the ones that he can see anyways, so that he can kind of avoid them.
So, Dave, why don't you make a notice check? If you get a success gives +1, raise gives +2.
Okay.
I love this world, by the way.
Yeah, it's 2.
Oh, notice check is okay. D6, you said.
Yep, and remember, always for your checks, always add your wild die.
Yep. So 5.
5. Okay, so a hit. So you got Steve +3, and Mal, can you get that last +1?
Does Mao know this desert quite well? Do you think?
I don't know. Why don't you roll a? Do you have Streetwise? Oh, you know, okay. There's a thing called Common Knowledge. Common Knowledge is you just make a Smarts check.
Okay.
So why don't you make a Smarts roll? If you succeed, then you're like, oh, quick, down this alley, I know, or down this canyon.
4.
4 is what you need. 4 is a success. Okay. So Diego, you get +4 to your roll.
Thanks, boys. Well, that gives me 13.
13. So that is
my manifestation of my thing is like giving him like a heads-up display in his mind of like the map of this area.
Okay.
And I just hit the accelerator. Got it here.
Okay. All 4 of you guys get a Benny for that. Each of you get a Benny. That's fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
So you got a Steve. You got, let's see here, a success and a raise. I'm going to let you get 2. So count 2 raises for that because it's 8 over the target number. So here are your cards to choose from.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh,
the Joker.
What? In the butt.
Okay. So the Joker, what you're taking, they only got 1. They got a 3. As well, is that we got to reshuffle the deck.
Oh yeah, that's when you reshuffle.
So Joker, Steve, you are now the 4 remaining motorcycles come up on you guys. With the Joker, do you want to still allow the other ones to catch you, or are you have you pulled away from those?
So you're saying I have that option, eh? Let's say that. What do you think, boys? Do we want to take them all out, or we just try to get out of here?
You know, we probably are in like the skirmishes and little chases like this quite often, and I think we did enough damage to them that they're going to be licking their wounds and not coming after us. So, I don't know. Definitely, Malcolm feels no need to murder everyone he sees.
Waste ammunition.
As bad as they are. So, if I can see that we've lost them, I would definitely, sit back down in my seat and stop firing the 50 cal.
Fair enough. I just we head out of there.
Okay. Well, there still is the 4 there. What I'm saying is there's 5 other ones that that Mao's brain burn kind of made them all drop back, and there's the car that you kind of went off. So the car and the other 5 you've lost. You maybe kind of take a hard turn. And then there's still the other the other 4 motorcycles are still kind of coming up on you guys.
Oh, okay. Well, they're still there, yeah.
But they're also because of a Joker, that means they are in short range. So you guys get to make attacks on them.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
Okay, so Steve-O, we'll go with Diego first. What does he want to do?
Diego's gonna pull out that beautiful little 50 caliber and give it a whirl.
Okay, so you hang out the window. You're going to take a -2 to the attack because of the unsteady, what do you call it, the, whatever it is. You're in a moving vehicle, so it's -2, but otherwise, go ahead and make an attack roll. Oh, sorry, Steve, it's -4 because you're also splitting your action between driving and hanging out the window.
All right.
It's like a pot shot.
Yeah.
Pretty much a pot shot. All right, come on, boys and girls. Let's rock this. 4.
Don't forget your wild dice.
Yeah, 4.
Okay. Yeah. You fire off, and it's the same guy who tried to hit you. He kind of pulls back, or you miss in any event.
Okay.
Yeah, Mal, what are you gonna do?
Got a lot of kickback.
I'll use a psychotic blast bolt.
Okay.
How many are there? Did you say there's 4?
Psychokinetic.
That's but there's 4 of them.
There are 4 left. Yeah.
I'll use 3 points to hit each one.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Make your roll attacks. So make it's your psionics roll.
When did they release this version of this game, Kev? Is it like before or after the new
After
Road Warrior movie?
Before.
Oh.
Yeah, this is 2012.
Yeah.
This is a game I've wanted to run for, God, like when the original game came out, I never owned it, but I always wanted to get it because I love the whole post-apocalyptic thing.
Yeah.
And then I got this one in 2012 when it first came out. I just haven't had a chance to run it yet.
Awesome.
So I after seeing Mad Max, that was sitting in the back of my head, and
Yeah, no kidding. I'm just saying, like, they should be promoting this game right now.
yeah. Well, I'm waiting. There's 2 expansions that are supposed to be that have been like waiting to come out for the last little while. But okay, so sorry. How'd you do?
I got 6.
Okay, 6 is a hit.
And another 6.
Sorry, I got to quickly check your sheet was the one I had to type up at home, so I haven't. Okay, so 1 hit, 2 hits,
And 5.
5, 3
Double
hits.
5.
Okay, so all 3 hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And it doesn't sound like there was any raises, so 2d6 for each of them.
9.
Wow! One of them goes spinning off the bike. You see a clear mist. Oh no, it's concussive bolts. Oh wait, you said you want to describe it as something different, as their heads exploding, right?
No, this is a different one.
Oh, okay.
No, wait. Is this? No, this is that one. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the guys, the helmet, you see this mist come out of it, and then it kind of spirals out of control.
And then 8 was the second one.
8, okay. 8 is not enough for a raise, so he's shaken, so he kind of... I'll make a driving check for him. Okay, he's sort of, rolled over one of the dunes, or the rises, I guess, and still is under control, but you could lose it if you get advantage next round. Next one?
And 18.
18. Yeah, that one. Tell me something really cool with that one.
He's on a motorcycle?
Yep.
I don't know.
You know what you do is an 18 is so good, you actually it explodes, or his head kind of, and he jerks forward, and I'll make the other guy make a. Why don't you make roll a d6 for me? It's effectively his driving against the other guy's driving.
2.
2. Okay, so he narrowly almost clips the other guy. Yeah, the guy kind of has to brake to avoid this headless motorcycleman kind of cutting him off.
Okay.
So there still is one left pursuing you, and there is the one guy who, if you get advantage next round, you'll lose him. So, do you guys want to do something this round to try and help? Oh,
Yeah.
So that was. I'm sorry. That was only Mal. Mal and Barry, you guys have action still.
Well, I'll fire the 50 cal, I guess.
Go ahead. Do you want to do a 3-round burst, or do you want to?
You wish.
Yeah, just targeting the last guy, right? So,
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
wow. I picked the 6-sider of champs.
Nice.
9 was my
9.
attack roll.
9 is a raise, so you're rolling 2d10 plus 1d6 damage, plus 2.
Wow.
Against the motorcycle.
2d10 plus a d6 plus 2.
Yeah, the motorcycle has its toughness. So if you roll 6, it's effectively
20 damage.
This thing is. You turn it on and it just there's this plume of flame and there's nothing left of it.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna say it was a continuation of the flare burst that I did to kind of steer them.
Okay, yeah.
He's the driver that had to really react to it,
Yeah.
and I just sort of continued to fire and just put it right on him.
Nice. Go, 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 go. So you could have traced along and wham, finally caught him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is dusted and gone. So, you guys, with that one gone, Barry, you still have an action. There's one that is shaken that you can still see. Would you like to do something against him?
So there's one left that's following us?
There's one left that is shaken right now, and what it means is that if you guys get advantage, if you get a card that's higher than theirs, you'll lose them next pass. But if you really want to seal the deal on him, a target that's shaken, if you do anything that damages him, then he's gone. An extra is dead.
Okay. You know what? I will use Radiant Bolt, and I'll actually spend the 2 power points to go 3d6.
Awesome. So go ahead and make a faith check. The target number will be a 4.
Oh.
5.
5, nice. So you hit. Damage will be 3d6.
$10.
Okay. The guy is. What does it look like? What does your radiant bolt look like?
It basically looks like a javelin that's crackling with electricity.
Ah, okay. Well, it's essentially like radioactive power of some kind. So it crackles and hits this guy and kind of scorches across him, and the thing just kind of falls to the side. You can see this heap of dust as it sort of pinwheels, along, and then comes to a very rough stop. You guys have escaped the raiders now. If you want to carry on, or do you want to try and double back? It's your option.
I say we carry on.
Yeah, the cars are probably armed with comparable weapons to what yours are.
Oh, and I just want to make an aside point here for the guys who haven't played this game.
Mm-hmm.
As badass and every cool thing we've been doing, the thing in this game that counteracts it is everything is deadly. You are a paper mache hero. Just so you know, like the same way we're wasting them. If you're on the wrong end of the stick of something, this is the easiest game to die you've ever played. I guarantee it.
Well, that's one of the things. The other thing that bennies can do is you can make what's called a soak roll.
And try and stay alive, basically.
Yeah, so you're trying to stay alive. So if you take wounds, so you're shaken, and then you take or someone gets a raise on their damage roll against you. They roll against your toughness, and they get a raise. You would take a wound. You can try and soak that. You can spend a Benny. You make a vigor check, and then on a success, you get rid of 1 wound. On 2 successes, you get rid of 2 wounds, and so forth.
Right, but we only have 3 wounds total.
You only have 3 wounds total, and you only start with 3 bennies, and you get bennies by doing cool shit and stuff like that.
Right. So I'm just pointing out to them, we've been kicking butt, but don't let it go to your head. This is a deadly, deadly world.
Yes, that's a very good point.
I just wanted to. I don't know if anyone else has played this game before, but
no, I don't think so.
The idea is it's I played the Wild West one, and the idea is you're in a shootout. If you draw your gun first and shoot him, and it's a deadly shot, you win, and it looks easy. But had he shot you first, it's a bullet, and there's a chance you're just dead.
Yeah. Cover plays a big factor in this as well.
Yes, cover's huge.
Yeah.
Basically, if we're in a lot of other fights, I recommend using intelligence to try to stay alive is important in this world.
Agreed. Okay. So, what do you call it? You guys kind of drive off into the desert. Can I get you to make Steve? And actually, I'll give you a +1 from what's his name? Mao's common knowledge roll from before. Make a survival check for me.
Survival. Let's see here. Survival. D6. It's 5.
Did you roll your wild dice too?
I did.
Okay, so 5 is good enough. So you know where. So I'll stop asking now. I know you guys know that anything that's not a damage roll, you get to add your wild dice.
Always roll an extra d6.
Yeah. Okay. What do you call it? You do know where you are. So you're a little bit off course, but you're able to sort of start making your way, turn towards Ruby Valley. Ruby Valley is going to be about another 2 days journey. But you what do you call it? Yeah, you've shaken the raiders. So all in all, a pretty typical morning for life in the wasted West. The next couple of hours pass pretty uneventfully for you guys. You're able about 8 hours pass, so you guys recover 8 power points. Those of you who spent power points, I wasn't keeping track, but for Mao and for Barry, whatever you spent, you recovered 8 of them. As you are sort of making your way across the desert, keeping an eye out for any other kind of trouble. You start hearing this tick 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 Diego, that you recognize, and you look down and you sort of slow the vehicle down, pop it in reverse, and start backing up. That ticking is your Geiger counter. You're in a high rad area. So that's either this is near the site of one of the nuclear blasts, or it what do you call it? It was where some of the radioactive fallout has blown over. There are massive swirling storms of this shit that sort of blow their way across the wasted West. You put acetylene gene into park and turn the thing off and step outside. What you guys see is that basically off to the east, because you're heading from the west right now, you're heading from California through Nevada towards Ruby Valley. Ahead of you is this massive dark cloud hanging in the sky. You're not sure what.
Kevin, are we on any kind of a mission or just survive, basically, at this point?
No, you're going to Ruby Valley to track down. Each of you has connections to that cult of the Crawler Queen.
Okay.
Or the Crawling Queen. You want to know what the hell's. You each have your own sort of reasons for doing that, and what Diego has managed to suss out at one of the last places you guys went to, Junkyard, is that Ruby Valley is apparently a place where either they're going to be preying on their next, or they've got some kind of connection to it.
Okay.
Ruby Valley is just one of these, small communities, independent communities that litters the wasted West. Okay, so what you have now is this. Unfortunately, this sort of patch or whatever is directly in your path. It's going to require you to turn to sort of make your way around. You can head north, which will cut closer to what's called Combine territory. Combine is this basically this lunatic kind of survivalist who managed to find a cache of relatively advanced technology from the last war, who attacked Junkyard, the most sort of civilized or settled society that was in what was Salt Lake City. Unfortunately, Diego, you're wanted by the Combine, so you can head that way to get around this patch, or you can head south, which is into sort of the wild open area, which means it's who knows what's down there. You could hit more rad patches.
What else, John?
What do you think? Combine and Combine troops, there are the guys who follow this guy named General Throckmorton. They're known as the Black Hats.
Do any of us have any navigation, knowledge of the area, anything we can, any skill that we can use, or is it just like smarts and
It's really that
player intuition?
Yeah, I'm assuming your general knowledge tells you like these are the risks you run in each direction. It's not a guaranteed thing that you'll run into the Combine, but it is getting to their sort of their area, and to the south is, is sort of going way more on your own.
How afraid are you, Diego, of the Combine?
I'm not afraid of nobody.
Okay, well that's sort of the decision, because if you're not afraid of the Combine, it's better for all of us to go through there.
You are wanted by the Combine, which means that they'll, if they get you, they'll execute you.
If they see us, they'll come after us.
No, you.
You.
They will literally let the three of us walk away and kill you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe, but we just got a ride. It's your car. We're just hitchhikers. It's the Wild West, buddy. We don't know.
Really,
that's why I'm asking. Yeah, that's why I'm asking you. You're the driver, so.
Sorry, boys. We're gonna take a detour.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I understand, friend. I wouldn't mess with the Columbine either. Columbine.
Okay. You pop Acetylene Gene into drive, and you start heading south. The storm finally, the Geiger counter finally kind of stops ticking. It's down to a reasonable background count level. But basically around the time when the sun is setting. And one of the benefits, I guess, or one of the things with, while there is all sorts of ungodly and toxic shit that hangs in the atmosphere in post-apocalyptic or post-Judgment Day America, it does make for some really pretty sunsets. So it is a very, the sky hits this beautiful like pink and purple colors as you guys are driving further down south, trying to work your way around this rad cloud. When the you finally kind of get to the point where you can start making your way towards the west again, you're pretty deep into some dune area and whatnot, and that's when the storm hits. And the storm is you roll all the windows up. Dave, Barry is the one who knows this because you're, you worship the glow and radiation and whatever. You know that this is a black rain cloud, and what black rain is, the sort of the fuel in Deadlands is this thing called ghost rock. Ghost rock is kind of like a hyper efficient fuel that screams like the dead when you burn it.
Yeah, it's like super coal infused with the evil spirits.
Yeah, it's with the souls of the damned.
Yeah.
So when
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's what this is as the rain starts falling, there's the pattering sound of the rain on the hood and on the windshield and whatever, and it starts picking up, so it's pounding against you. And as that sound, that drumming of rain gets harder, you start hearing the screams that is sort of like, if you focus and listen in, you can't quite you can't quite pick it up, but it's always lingering there. So it's as if like like when you hear something and it suddenly gets your attention and you weren't surprised to hear it. Yep. It's that over and over and over and over again. What I'd like you guys to do is please make spirit checks for me. Anyone who gets bonuses to fear checks, Barry, I think you do. You get to add that bonus to this.
So 2d6. All right, don't fail me now, D6. Kev, I was gonna ask you if this game was, if the world was like the future of the Wild West version, but now that you've talked about Ghost Rock, it is. Yeah, I can tell.
It is. Yeah. This is and actually they've actually recently released, about 2 years ago.
This dice that I chose, it might be weighted. I just rolled a 16 on that check.
20s and 30s version as well, called Deadlands Noir.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I got 6.
6. Okay. Anyone who rolled 4 or higher, you're good.
Yeah,
7.
I had a 16.
I rolled 17.
Nice. Okay. So you guys are fine. Like you have seen worse things in the Wasted West than a little black rain spat. So you know what? You're driving. The storm unfortunately continues on to part of the night, but because you're a heavy sleeper, Diego, I need you to make a vigor check for me, please, at -4.
Uh-oh. Vigor at -4. D8. Where are you?
Kevin,
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I only sleep 1 hour this night. I rolled a d6.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I guess that gives me a 1.
Oh, okay? So, can I? Who's in the passenger seat? Would it be Barry or would it be Mao?
What? No, it's Barry.
Very.
Barry's in
When
the
we
passenger seat.
Yeah, when we were getting in the car, I kind of laid out the.
Okay. So, Barry, can you make a notice check for me?
Sure. That was my D6, right?
Yeah. That's awesome.
I always drive like this.
I rolled a 5.
Okay, so you because this is this isn't the first time. It's getting later, and the first hint of what's to come is when the car kind of starts idly going back and forth a little bit. And you look over and you can see that Diego is once again kind of getting ready to drift off the street. So you kind of you grab the wheel and you roll. Did you roll a 1, Steve, or was it a modified down to 1?
Modified down to 1.
Okay, so you sort of grab the wheel and Steve, I'll let you make another vigor check.
Okay.
See if you actually wake up.
Rolling vigorously. That's a 0. 0. Oh, okay. We'll take a Benny on that one. Here we go. Come on, Dice. Show me now. All right.
I love that new term. That wasn't in the Old West game. That's a different.
No, they had chips in the old
Oh yeah, you had poker chips. Yeah. That was a really cool system too. Like you use the poker chips to level up and stuff, or you save them to use them for special stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it still -4? Sorry.
Still -4, unfortunately. Yeah.
2.
2 is better. So at least you kind of when he grabs the wheel, you kind of you get up and you realize like if you don't pull over now, you're gonna pass out.
I should probably pull over.
Okay. I don't think any of the rest of you guys have driving.
No.
So that probably means that wherever you are right now is where you're gonna you pull over. The rain is still coming down. There's the screeching outside, but Barry, you know enough that if you spent time out in this rain, it could potentially kill you. So it's not acidic or anything. It's corrosive to the soul more than anything. So as long as you're indoors, you guys are fine. So
could we sort of? I know you said we kind of have a tarp for a tent.
Yep.
Maybe we could kind of set the tarp up off the side of the car, attach it to the half of the car, and just kind of create our little tent space beside ourselves.
I think that because Mao is harrowed, he may not be affected by black rain.
Right, so he could be the one to actually peg the corners down while we tie it to the car, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just make a lean-to using the side of the car.
The thing you want to be wary of, though, is that if Mao's father, tells him to rip the tarp back.
Well, we assume or at least my take on.
Oh, actually, you know what? So the harrowed aren't affected, but unless you've got sealed armor or you're inside a structure, you're not protected. So the splashback from it and whatnot is enough to provide a toxic thing. So you kind of have to, apart from Mao, you guys all have to kind of stay inside the vehicle.
Oh, like even a tent wouldn't
Yeah.
classify as... Okay, I see.
Yeah, and this, to be clear, this isn't like everyday weather. It's not like, oh, hey, today's toxic, corrosive soul rain. This is a weird, this is a weird, rare thing that happens sometimes.
Okay, well, we'll just sleep in the car then, I guess.
Okay. So, you pull over.
Kev,
and,
we still get Mao to, like, maybe tarp over the car.
Sure. To make sure none of it runs in? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mao,
A little extra...
Mao, you okay with that?
Yeah, does it, would it, like, because it would be on me when I get back into the car, would that be a problem or no?
No, it shouldn't be a problem, as long as you don't, like, rub it on them.
Okay.
So you'll be fine. Okay, I can take a leak, guys. So let's take a 5-minute bio. I just want to grab some.
Yeah, I'm going to have a quick smoke, so...
5-minute bell break. That sounds good.
Okay. I'll turn some lights on here as well.
So, anyways, the Green Lantern was a massive flop.
Yeah.
I think the Marvel franchise has actually been pretty solid. Like, I think it's hard to do one of those movies wrong.
Yeah. Well, for them to do it wrong anyway. And I think you're right. Like, they are pretty easy to win with, right? Like, they're not very profound or complex usually. They've made them more complex.
Well, and the thing is,
Yep.
it's a new genre of movie that was never really, it's almost. I think people are just kind of like binging on the superhero genre of movie because it hasn't been done before. You've had horrors typically and dramas and all of the rest of the gamut, but nobody ever went to see a superhero based movie before.
Not like this. Yeah, not in this universe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll probably hit critical mass at some point.
Well, I think there's going to be fatigue. There's already fatigue. I think like it was new for a while. People are going to stick with the Marvel franchise, but like it will get tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think DC is going to have a big problem coming up because they haven't released like any of their Justice League movies really at all.
Right.
And they're doing it so weird, like doing Batman vs Superman, and like they haven't introduced Wonder Woman or Aquaman or Green Lantern. Well, I guess Green Lantern kind of with the old one, but that one was shit.
Well, everyone's doing their token movies with the token girl hero, the token this, the token that.
They have a terrible introduction to Ant-Man too. I don't know why they did that like that. That's stupid.
Which one's right? The
Ant-Man coming out.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I don't know what to expect from that. Yeah.
Like if they introduce him, why did they not do it with before Age of Ultron? Like that would have made way more sense.
Right.
I guess. What's his name? Robert Downey Jr. is not getting any younger, so maybe they wanted to crank those out before he suddenly. He's in his mid-50s.
Probably.
I guess he's going to be like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark or Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Where suddenly guy's like because he's looked like he's in his mid-30s for about 20 years now. Surely at some point that yoga's gonna finally the straw will break and he'll just age like a crazy person.
Right.
He's 50 now.
He's 50. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, just having a smoke. What do you guys think of the game though?
I like it.
Yeah, it's fun. I love the simplicity of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's still got lots going on.
You know what? The GL session we had a couple weeks ago, that's what got me. It was so fun to have the system just get out of the way. It reminded me a lot of because Iron Kingdoms was kind of like that, where it had some, it had grit to it, so there was some crunchy bits you could sink your teeth into.
Right.
but at the table it didn't feel like it was as intrusive.
Right.
Like fifth edition is pretty great for that. But as you guys get get higher level and your character sheets start getting and your spell lists are getting longer, it does get a little. There's more moving bits to keep track of.
Yeah.
So after running Mutants and Masterminds or DC Adventures, that's when I was like, I should look at some simple games again, and the combination of just how awesome Fury Road was, and how long I've been wanting to run this game, I started thinking of. I was actually playing between doing an alternate universe version of your Tyranny of Dragons characters in Iron Kingdoms, or doing one in this. And just the more I thought about this, I'm like, oh, actually, I could, Barry would be a mutant worshiper of the glow, and Diego would be essentially a road warrior type character.
Absolutely.
The picture I used for you for Diego is actually from the Fury Road comic.
Is it? Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like, pretty Clint Eastwood.
I should see if I can find. Nick, I actually did a sketch of kind of what I thought Mao was going to look like, but I didn't have. I ran out of time, so I didn't get a chance to incorporate it in the character sheet. But see if I can get this to see if that's.
Mind you, his eyes have Mel Gibson sadness.
There's Mao. Let's see. I'll talk so that it actually shows up on my camera.
Nice.
They would call it the reptilian kind of skin and the weird shaped head.
The mustache.
Yeah. Oh man.
The
Where's my picture from this character?
That one is actually from the rulebook.
Oh, okay.
And that's a picture of the Harrowed. There's some pretty cool. Like here's this is the Templar. That's what Malcolm is a member of.
Nice.
Mm.
In case you guys haven't noticed, I'm a huge fan of this game. I love it.
Yeah, we're just saying like I love how much the rules just get out of the way, right? Like it's fast moving, fast resolution. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of time spent pondering over what to do.
Yeah, it's a real role player's game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still enough crunch that you can actually you can make good tactical decisions. I love the chase rules. Like that's so cool being able to.
Oh, that's super fun. I love this version, the sort of Mad Max version. It's awesome.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Nick.
I was just gonna say, how'd the Green Lantern session go?
Oh, super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty cool. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was the amount of creativity of the players was just awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, let's see here. I destroyed all of the multiverse except for 4 universes. I got to kill a PC. Dave, thanks for taking the hit on that one.
Okay.
But it's awesome. It was done in such a way that we could totally play it again, and your guy could play. You could play the same character.
Yeah,
that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like because you guys succeeded, it didn't matter that his character died because you reset the universe anyway, or multiple.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I'd totally play those characters in that world again. It was fun.
I would absolutely run the idea of the ideas you guys came up with for your characters were so fucking cool. Anyway, and Nick, I was actually at the end, because you were showing up late, I already had a written-in way for you to get in because of the background for your guy. It would be your last chance to try and redeem yourself because you're not trying to save the world, you're trying to save the multiverse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would have been super cool if you would have showed up, Nick.
Yeah. My favorite, unfortunately, not Skype, but the Google Plus kind of fucked it up. But it was awesome at the way the guys when they were resetting the multiverse, they all said the Green Lantern oath at the same time too.
Yeah.
It was just awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay. So you guys, the evening passes very fitfully, but you live through it, and that's something to be said for the Wasted West. When the morning comes, and every morning, I need you to make a spirit check for me, please, Malcolm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Hmm.
3. I failed.
Hey, why don't you give me a good, like, waking up from a nightmare scream?
Yeah. This one, actually, it's like I'll wake up and I'm just cold sweats, totally white, and I'm not screaming, but I just, like, if anyone is near me, which is probably Mao in the back seat, I just, like, grab him and just, like, like, shake him, like, ah! Not necessarily screaming, but just freaked.
Yeah, okay. Ember kind of, looks up and tries to figure out what the hell's, if you're attacking his dad or not.
My eyes are just, like, glossed over.
Okay. You are suffering 1 level of fatigue, which means -1 to your rolls.
Okay.
You can spend a Benny to re-roll that if you like.
No, I'm okay. I like penalties. I think they're fun.
Cool. Okay. Hey, Missy do. Okay, so as you step out of the vehicle, there is whatever rain fell is gone. It's dry as a bone out right now. Can I ask you guys to make, or can I get you to make, please, notice checks for me again?
I can't remember my notes days.
Got a.
So wait, Kev, these are everything's -1?
Yes.
Basically, everything I roll. Okay.
Everything you roll.
Thank God for my magic green dice.
Wait.
9.
17.
Who rolled 17?
Mao.
Mao did. Okay. Mao, you guys get up and there are dunes sort of all around you guys, and you look over. Are you seeing things? Like the sun is kind of coming up, but you could swear that there's actually sort of a tracer left behind that looks kind of like a bullet poking out of not a bullet, like a bullseye poking out of the sand.
Around the car?
It's a little further up in the dune, and it's about maybe 60 to 100 feet away. Like maybe like over dune, then a little bit further, and it's poking out, and it's fairly big. Like the sort of semicircle is maybe half the size of acetylene gene.
I bring everybody's attention to it.
Okay, you guys look over, and what the hell is that poking out of there?
No idea.
How far away is it?
Like I said, it was 60 to 100 feet away. Easy walking distance.
Yeah. I'm gonna get Ember to go check it out.
Okay, so you turn and tell Ember. What do you say?
I'm just gonna. Well, I said, like, is it like a mental connection?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go say, go. Okay, I guess it's different than the other Ember. I'll just go up there with Ember.
One of your hindrances is delusions, right?
Yeah.
So you turn to Ember, and you're just looking at it, and you're thinking, like, go and check it out. Go and check it out.
Finally, I get frustrated. I say, go, Ember, but I say it in...
Okay, and it kind of... and starts lurking its way over the sands.
Hey, Nick.
Gets over to the... to where the thing is. And you can see it is like half the size of acetylene gene. Ember finally, when it finally gets there, kind of crawls up on top of it, and then sits and just looks at you.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion. I don't know if you like this, but I picture a lot of crazy people when they, like, you would be giving a mental message to Ember. You would actually just say it out loud, but to you, it's a mental connection.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, you would say it out loud to you, it's all in your head, and we hear you say it, but
yeah,
you think you're, like, mentally connected.
Okay.
If you like that.
Did you do it too?
What's
Yeah,
that?
like,
Go and investigate it. Okay, so Ember has gone crawling over there, and he's kind of, sitting on top of this thing. Now, like I say, it's about a circle, and it's like a white stripe and a red stripe.
Okay, I'll just go up to it, check it out.
Okay, are you guys following along?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So make your way over, and it's buried in this. It's in the sand, and can you all make? Well, I guess you start if you want. You can start digging the thing out because it does go down fairly. You know, there's more of this thing. Are you doing that?
Yeah, I will be.
Actually, first off, when you get there, what it is you kind of hit it. It's plastic, and then on top is metal. You kind of whack, hit this thing, and you think it's hollow even.
Oh.
Does it look like it can be turned or pried or opened in any way, Kev?
Make a notice check for me, please.
Do you kind of think this out loud?
Who, me?
Yeah. Barry, are you thinking out loud, or are you just in your own head thinking, "Can I turn this?"
Yeah, no, I think I'm investigating whether it can be or not. So as much as I'm probably not saying it out loud, it's my actions probably
Make it obvious.
Yeah, make it obvious that I'm kind of picking at it, looking to see if I can lift a flap or turn something or manipulate it in some way.
Okay.
So I rolled a 4.
That's good enough. Okay, so yeah, there are actual there's straps, or not straps, but latches that are on the top, and the latches are fairly corroded. But you think that with a little bit of gumption, Diego, you should actually have. I'm sorry, you should have a repair skill of D8. I forgot to give it to you. You need to roll that every time for every day that you travel with the vehicle. You're supposed to make a repair check to see if whether it suffers fatigue or stuff like that. And I forgot to give you that skill.
All right. Oh, nice.
The car's completely broken. We didn't fix it.
I knew I should have got a tune-up.
And Pock was the mechanic.
Hold on a second. So you should have that. Steve, make a repair check for me.
Sure. What's my repair?
The D8, he said.
8. What's up, baby? That is a 6.
6? Okay, good enough. Yeah, you think either you can break this latch, or if you applied a little oil to it, you could get the thing open.
All right.
What you think, Barry, is that this sucker actually you could, if the latch came off, this thing would pull open. It may require some crowbar effort because it may be corroded shut over the last 15 years or 17 years or whatever it is since Judgment Day. Can you please all make common knowledge checks for me? So just roll your smarts.
Smarts.
Smart.
Oh, good old -1. That's a 4.
4. 4 is good enough, actually.
I got 5.
Okay. Anyone who rolls 4 or higher, it dawns on you oh, I know what this is. This is a sign. It's a store sign.
Perhaps I should try scavenging a bit.
Wait, Kev, you said some of us are old enough to remember the world before?
Yep. Diego is old enough. Mal, you're old enough.
So, is it a Target sign? Target the store, basically?
If you dig it out a little further, it's a Target sign.
Ah.
So maybe there's a Target store buried underneath the sand here.
It's quite possible.
So do I remember? I remember Target.
Yeah, you remember that, and I think if you guys, if you knew it's a sign, so I'm assuming you guys would dig it out a little bit. As soon as you see that it's a sign, you're like, oh shit, this isn't like a sign sitting loose in the ground somewhere. This is the top of something that may be buried.
Okay, I tell everyone what a Target store is, and
Diego, you don't need to be told what the target is, because this is one of the places that you sort of after, like, once the initial sort of the radioactivity and blah 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 settled down. This is the kind of shit that you guys actually, you and your family used to go looking for. You know, these are sort of the treasure troves.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say it's a treasure trove.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Mao is like turning his head as if he's like listening to something, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'll ask him, Ray. I'll ask him." And then he turns to Diego and he says, "What did you pick up off that raider from before?"
I pull out my $50 caliber, say, "This little sweetheart right here. What do you think?"
No, the other thing.
What do you talk about? Oh, right. I go back into my compartment box and take out the map.
Okay.
Hey,
So you-
Kev,
Yeah.
I know we have like personal gear written down, but do we have like any excavating gear, like any shovels or?
I don't think so. I will let. You know, because it's a post-apocalyptic setting, like gear and like scarcity is a real big thing.
Right.
So, but I mean, this is sort of what Steve's character, what Diego sort of is his. That's what he does.
Right, and I guess what I'm saying is I can imagine if we have a tarp and we have a few tent pegs, we might have like a hatchet or a hammer or a wrench or a shovel or a few things in the trunk of the car that are our gear.
Yeah, the car, I imagine, has a shovel in it, just because if you're driving across, like for off-roading and shit like that, you bring that in case you need to.
Well, yeah, you get stuck in sand, you got to dig out the tires a little bit and put something in there or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, there's a collapsible spade that maybe Diego's father scavenged from an old sporting goods store or camping store years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Well, I recommend we dig this sucker out.
Okay. So you, what do you guys think?
How long is that going to take?
Well, it depends on what this thing is, what the sign is attached to.
No, I'm actually asking Malcolm. He's the one suggesting it, so I'm
well, I would judge that the sign is no more than, 10 feet taller than the building itself, so, maybe 2 hours of digging and we could be down to the roof of the building and try and break our way in.
How big were these targets?
Massive, my friend. Massive. We could find enough loot to make ourselves into. I don't know, what's a goal of a guy like nowadays? Like, do we want to be rich? Do we just? Is the loot worth so much we'd never sell it? We'd be barons of the area. I don't know.
I mean,
like what's our
the rule of the wasted west is kind of the the rule of the strong. But
okay, we could strengthen ourselves with gear that you would be. There may be thousands of bullets within the store.
It is an American target. So.
Well, exactly. There's firearms and ammunition inside, as well as replacements for every worn-out thing we're wearing and bringing.
It wouldn't be a Canadian target, right?
Right.
Well, no, we're in Nevada.
Yeah.
No, but all the Canadian targets are closed.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I know. This thing will have riches. The ammunition alone will make us gods, is what I tell them.
Anybody coming along to see us doing this will kill us on the spot for it. So we should probably have a lookout if it's going to take us 2 hours.
Well, here's one of the other things.
Well, we only have one shovel, Barry.
Can you guys think of some use for that tarp?
Well, I was actually going to suggest that we start digging the hole and park the car right over the hole.
What I was saying is that one of the ways that you could secure acetylene gene is burying her.
Yeah, hide her in the sand.
Toss the tarp over and.
Use the sand from the hole to cover it. It's a good strategy.
Mm-hmm.
We take the DM's suggestion.
Do you ever trust the DM though? Really? That's.
Yeah, right.
The first.
There is that.
I never trust the DM.
Okay, so the you guys will take turns with, I guess, the spade.
Well, yeah, exactly. We only have one spade, so.
Yeah. So I won't. I'm not going to bother making you make. Oh, you know what? I will. I will make you make vigor checks for me, please. Just because there's limited water, it's the middle of the desert, and you're in.
Is there anything else around at all, Kev?
No. From what you can see, it's otherwise.
Like we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, trackless dunes of sand right now.
Okay.
Mao has moonshine to drink instead of water.
Yes.
You know what, Kevin? Barry's gonna use the gavel as a kind of a makeshift shovel. He can't dig with it, but he can certainly push sand up an incline. So once, I guess, once Malcolm's dug enough that there's, he's got some depth to it, Barry will jump in and help him out with it.
Okay, cool.
Mao got 19 vigor.
Oh, actually, Mao doesn't need to. Sorry, because he's harrowed, he doesn't need to worry about normal sources of fatigue.
Oh, okay.
He can keep digging till the cows come home until he needs his sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Fatigue. Okay. What's fatigue?
Sorry, vigor.
Oh, vigor. Okay, yeah.
Or you're gonna get fatigued.
Right.
I'm
already fatigued
right now.
Kev, how do I get rid of my fatigue?
You by sleeping.
Can I take how long do I have to sleep?
Let me see here. Oh, let's see here.
Because we only need one scout and one digger, and I could possibly nap for an hour.
Yeah, just pass the shovel off, Jeff.
Well, I'm basically letting you know that, I don't mind taking my turn digging, but I'm just saying, when I'm not digging or on watch, I would lay down in the back of the car and have a sleep if it's possible.
Yeah, okay, so basically what it does, you can take a nap, and then what your nap or your sleep will let you do is make another spirit check.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, perfect. My vigor check was a 4.
Okay, you're fine.
And so during my turn, I'll take a nap on my off shoveling.
Okay.
And I rolled a 6, not on my special dice either.
Awesome.
So 8 total on my spirit this time.
Fine.
So.
All you need is a 4. So yeah, you have actually a sleep that is relatively dream-free, and you wake up refreshed.
Nice.
And that's about in time. So you do dig down, and what you see is that there is a full target sign. And what it is actually mounted on the side of a building. So you're digging your way down, and you finally kind of you dig it out a little bit more, and it's the roof of a building. It's sagging in and whatnot, but it is it appears to be the roof of either a store or something.
Okay, does anyone have any magic or gear that can cut a hole in a roof of a building? I'll let everyone examine their own character sheet. I'll examine mine. We have axes, which will slowly go through there, but no heat, no nothing.
I do have a radiant bolt that'll probably puncture through that fairly quick.
You may have lost your power points though.
What was that?
Remember that every time you cast it costs you power points?
Yeah, it's I get it's 1 point per bolt, and I'm back up to 16, so.
How many rounds do we have of the 50 cal?
50 cal. You have, I'm gonna say, 2 belts worth.
Because we could waste 50 cal rounds, shoot them in a circle, and use that as our start to hack through the roof.
Well, what? Okay, so the 50 cal.
Yeah, but no target ever held 50 cal rounds though. Like you're not
What?
replacing well, that's the thing is you're not going to be able to replace that ammo with what you find inside.
We're gonna have 10,000 bullets. Doesn't matter that we can't replace the 50 cal rounds. We're gonna be like Target store rich.
One thing I'm going to point out is that you'll notice that on Nick's sheet there is one of your powers, Nick, is listed as a heavy weapon. You see that?
Interesting.
Wait, is it yours or is it? Oh, sorry, no, it's Dave's. Atomic Blast. Okay, a heavy weapon is different from. There are certain things that have heavy armor, like tanks or like armored military vehicles. Those are things that, unless you've got a heavy weapon, you can't affect it at all. So you can shoot your pistol or whatever until the cows come home. It's not going to affect the weapon. It's just a different class of armament and armor than your typical thing. The 50 cal does count as a heavy weapon. Your other weapons don't. So if you came against something like a tank or an armored personnel carrier or something like that, or say some of the more terrifying critters that inhabit the Wasted West, in particular the real big ones, that heavy weapon would come in handy.
Kev, are you gonna say that he can focus the atomic blast?
The atomic blast is a explosion, so he could. I mean, if you guys got the fuck out of the way, he could, blast it down there.
Would I even need to use atomic blast, Kev, if I used Radiant Bolt?
Again, Radiant Bolt isn't a heavy weapon.
Right, he's saying like it's like shooting a pistol. Like if you took your pistol out of your pocket and shot the roof, it would make one little hole.
Right.
But the atomic blast would like make a hole in it we could get through.
Let's do it.
I say let's go for it. I mean, the front of the store, I've been in Targets. The front of the store is all cash registers and seasonal garbage. If we're at the sign of the store, you're not going to hurt anything.
All right, let's do it.
I say we go for it. So,
Dave, you're not going to need to roll for it, but describe for me what happens. You do get a hole through the roof.
Okay, it's that same shimmer that kind of came out in waves before, but this time Barry's kind of holding his arms out, pointed down into the hole that's been dug to expose the roof, and the shimmers just kind of they're undulating waves that are kind of crashing down on the roof, causing it to vibrate to the point where it's kind of that dynamite downward blast that just rains everything down on the inside.
Yeah. So there's this massive explosion. Sand does get thrown up in the air. Much of the blast is focused down, but sand does kind of go up in the air. And when it sort of lands, some of the sand kind of trickles down. You guys all look down, and what you see is a gaping black hole leading down into the into the open store. So, let's see. I'm just gonna take a look at the gear here because I didn't bother to add. I will say that you got 50 feet of rope.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Mao turns his head and looks over his shoulder. He's like, "No, I'm not gonna push them down. Oh, I need them.
Awesome. You get a penny for that.
I'm gonna help them down so that I levitate us down there."
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, remember, no one's got dark vision.
Do we have any
flares?
Flares, flashlights.
I'll say you have a couple
torches.
I'll say you have a couple of rope flares.
You can make a torch, whatever.
What are you gonna make a torch from, though?
The various objects around the hole.
Malcolm is willing to sacrifice any piece of clothing other than his tabard.
Okay.
Like, because I feel I can replace it.
Okay.
Like, shit, I'll even burn one of my boots.
Oh.
Yeah, there may be a lot of... there's very few places in the Wasted West that you want to be walking around with bare feet.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like we're about to walk into, like, Treasure Trove Island here. Like, I'll I'll take any item, personal item that I feel is replaceable from my knowledge of target,
Okay.
and wrap it around anything to make a torch. That's all I'm saying.
Do us a little favor and burn your underwear.
Hey, I'm not the one who stinks, and I point at fucking Margoth.
Or Mao.
Mao,
You
sorry.
do.
Okay.
What? No, I don't stink that bad.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's your opinion.
let's see here.
You're one to talk, biker boy.
Steve, why don't you roll 3d6 for me, please?
3d6. Stink factor is 10.
10. Okay. So, basically, so it's the day when you guys get in there. You sort of sort out, some lighting stuff. It is going to be dark while you're sort of rooting around in here, but it's going to take you 10 hours to sort of scavenge this place.
Cool.
So, what I'm going to get you to do is to please make notice checks for me. And Steve, remember, you get +2 for scavenge checks.
Right.
Notice.
Noticing.
Noticing.
And sorry,
Oh,
The 9.
thank God I'm no longer fatigued. I rolled 4.
okay. So,
I love the variation of dice in this game too,
mhm.
and how the bigger dice are not necessarily better because of the rollover capability of the smaller dice.
Yep. And I love the wild die.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, totally. It's
Yeah.
it's.
sorry, I'm just going to go the way I've written it down here. Mal, what did you roll?
For what was that?
Make a notice check for me, please.
Oh.
You're scavenging is what you're doing.
5.
5. Okay, Barry, how'd you do?
2.
Barry found nothing of value.
Jeepers.
Hello Kitty.
Barry has he never been in a Target before? He might be overwhelmed.
Yes.
Barry's checking stuff out in the bathroom.
Did you roll?
He found the hand sanitizer dispenser and he's drinking it.
Mao, did you roll a 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And Diego, how'd you do?
9.
9. Nice. Okay, so what this means is, all right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Mao, Barry, and Malcolm. You guys each get to roll 2d6, and you find 2d6. Okay, there's no dollars in this, but essentially, like, you find enough like little doodads and shit like that that could be traded for value at a settlement. So it counts as $2d6.
Kev.
Yep.
I am specifically looking for a light source.
Okay. You don't
Kevin?
find one. What this place has not. It's been buried, but it may not have always been buried. At least
Okay.
based on how you guys rolled. Sorry, Nick, were you going to say something?
I rolled 2d6.
Yeah. They don't
Oh,
explode.
6s. Sorry.
Yeah, these ones don't explode. It's just that's how much what the dollar value of the stuff you guys find is. But Steve, on the other hand, you get to roll 4d6 again,
Oh, yeah.
and you did actually get a raise.
Yeah.
Yes, so you get to get 2 more cards worth of stuff you find in there.
Is it either the money or the cards, or is it both?
Sorry? No, you get both.
Nice. Here
Oh yeah.
we go. Scrounging away, and we get 9, 13, 16.
Okay, so add that to whatever you rolled last time, and I'm gonna draw your cards here for you. So, your first one, fucking ace again.
What's up?
Ace of clubs. Good. Roll 1d6 for me.
1d6.
Hey, Kevin.
6.
Yep.
Um,
Holy shit. Steve, So
Yeah.
the first thing you find, you heard Malcolm talk ad nauseum about like, oh ammo, oh ammo, oh ammo, oh ammo. You find a case of 100 50 caliber rounds.
Yeah.
Jeff, what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say that Malcolm, his some of his memory of the past, he knows that in these box stores, above the racks,
Yeah.
there are storage bins above them that aren't like aren't the back warehouse and aren't
Yeah.
right on the shelves, but like you can like kind of lift the pricing signs and there is items up there that aren't on the shelves.
Okay.
So like looters who come through there might like grab all the flashlights or grab all the ammo or obvious things, but above there is sort of like close storage for
Okay.
the store.
Let's see.
So
So number 2.
No.
That wasn't a fix, honest.
What?
Jesus Christ, that's the same 2 cards. Those are the same 2 cards that you drew for the first one.
That doesn't make sense.
I think we should be taking to Vegas or Atlantic City right now.
Yeah, let's go. Good idea.
Okay.
So my point is just that Malcolm is going to look in this area as well.
Okay. So Steve, I need you to roll 1d20 for me, please.
1d20.
A D20? Wow, that's crazy in this game. You might as well have just said you won the lottery.
Here you go, babe. Tiger 20. Ba-bam. I roll a 9.
9. Okay. So you're looking around, and you hear Malcolm talking out loud about like looking on top of the things, and you see him scrambling on top of the sort of collapsed, and or at least you see his torch or lighter or whatever. You're like, yeah, that's a good idea. You go looking on the top yourself, and what you find, and you don't know what the hell this is doing in a target. You find a Kevlar vest.
Ooh.
So, compared to the improvised armor that you are currently wearing, your improvised armor gives you +2 armor per location, and it weighs 5 pounds. The Kevlar weighs 8 pounds, but it gives you +2 armor to everything, +4 armor versus bullets,
Mm-hmm.
and it negates 4 points of armor piercing.
Ooh. My sheet says I have that.
Oh! In which case, then, you've got a Kevlar vest you can either share with one of your allies or sell for, depending on how well you do with your sort of negotiations, anywhere between, let me think here, it's anywhere between about 165 and about 375.
That's got 165 and 375. That's good bartering material. Maybe I'll hang on to it and see what I can
Okay.
get.
You are greedy, of course, so
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. This will really protect you guys, but it'll cost you.
You might want this. What do you got?
Okay. Okay, so as you guys are sort of are rooting around the store, you know, it takes a long time. It's 10 hours to finally go through all the detritus and whatever else that's in there. You find what you find, you know, some odd little things. It turns out this place is fairly picked over. At least it's not, you know, it's not like a fully stocked target that was not touched whatsoever. However, one of the things that you notice, Diego, as you get you're sort of making your way around, is holy shit, this store's attached to a mall.
Ooh, hey. Let's hit the Orange Julius.
So to access it, it looks like there is there's still, you know, the security gate they put down at the end of the day or whatever, that is still down.
Let's see.
Yeah.
No problem.
Raka.
That sounds like a job for some axes.
It incidentally, the target itself does not smell great. The mall smells worse.
Mhm.
So, you tell everyone else about this. It will take, you think, to sort of scavenge the mall. That this may take like a day or a couple days. Do you guys want to spend the time to do that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like a
I think we
shopping.
would. I think we would climb back up. Make sure that the car is covered. Make sure that the entrance to the mall is not obvious, and then spend the time to look around.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So you go up. Sorry. Do you go and secure the car before you open the security gate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the car is. It is. I mean, this is not your first time this kind of rodeo, Diego. So Acetylene Jean's been under that tarp before. Sometimes it's fallen timber. Sometimes it's shale or whatever. Sometimes it's sand. But it gets just hidden, and you've actually. I'm going to assume you've got some way to disable it as well too.
Oh yeah, the old Mad Max style. You betcha. The switch underneath next to the knife. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you disable Acetylene Jean. Mao, you tell Ember to keep watch. Ember kind of goes, and you guys head back down. So how are you going to get this thing unlocked?
What's the thing?
The security gate. The gate that separates the store from the rest of the mall.
If you guys stand back, I can always atomic blast it.
Oh yeah, true enough. So, wham, again. So there's this flash that's kind of blinding for you guys. Or I guess it's not a flash; it's a effect. But it echoes. Like this mall clearly goes on for quite some time because it echoes through the whole thing. And you guys are like, all right, let's get to the looking around here. Describe for me how you guys are going to kind of, what's the plan here for doing this? Are you going to separate, just kind of like pick up whatever you can, or are you going to do it all together, or what?
I tell everyone that I think that this is a breeding ground, a potential breeding ground for the most vile, evil shit on Earth. We need to stick together and loot the stores one by one. It will take us longer, but our safety is key.
Well, what are we looking for exactly?
Oh, food, fucking armor,
Supplies.
weapons, clothing, brand new leather boots. If we found a shoe store with like 30 pairs of brand new leather boots, we'd take them and we'd each have a brand new pair, and we'd have 2 backup pair each. Because I mean, think about it. Nobody's making new leather boots.
No.
Ever. So they're gold. Like, you can wear them for 20 years and sell them. Like, it's just all value. Everything is so valuable.
Let's just live in the mall together. Let's just create a little society and.
Well, as Kevin says, it smells
Make-
disgusting.
make
There is
more
probably
brand
a
new.
lot of bad shit here.
You know what? It's probably a lot of food that's gone bad. I'm okay with it. I think we should each pick something that we want to bring back and then go hunting for it.
No, but you're missing what I'm saying. It's not the danger of what's here. It's the danger of the monsters that are living in this mall.
Oh.
How would I describe them, Kevin?
You guys know, like, the Wasted West is, you guys are, with the sort of experience level that you guys are at, you've seen shit. So,
Yeah, like you are like Cthulhu could live in this fucking
like
mall.
I said, like the types of things that inhabit this setting that are things that you may have actually encountered are like sentient fishmen from deep beneath the ocean, walking, hunting human-sized cockroaches.
Yeah. Like, just imagine that the worst shit out of your nightmares, there's a good chance it's in this mall.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
treasure and danger equally.
You
Do
sound
any-
afraid.
Tracking as a skill?
What's that?
I can't remember if you guys. I don't think none of you guys have tracking, right? That was Hawk.
No, but Barry does have survival.
This isn't a survival thing.
Yeah, it's not quite the same thing.
Tracking is more like, is there a monster down here?
Oh wait, Barry also has. Un momento, por favor.
Malcolm also says the DM is a total dick, and he wouldn't have given us a target store plus a mall to investigate without there being super evil bad shit down here. Splitting up is the worst thing we could ever do. I tried to iterate, like, probably 2 hours ago, how deadly this game is. Like, you will run into, like, a monster, and it'll just waste you. You're dead.
Hey, Kev.
Yeah.
Can I cast Detect the Unnatural?
You can, yes.
Would that make any difference in this particular scenario?
Here.
Everything makes a difference. Cast it.
It allows you to sense supernatural persons, objects, or effects within sight. This includes visible foes, enchantments,
Insight.
How long does it last?
Duration is 3 rounds, and then can be extended for 1 round per PowerPoint. So
you know what? If we're standing at the hole to the mall, I mean, my range of sight is basically as far as.
Yeah.
As far into the mall as I can technically see, right? So
Yeah.
you know what? I mean, why not? It's 2 points.
Okay. Go ahead and make a faith roll for me, please.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Use it. Oh, and Kev, honestly, to be actually honest, you're one of the least cheap GMs I know.
Thanks.
You're actually not super cheap as far as, like...
No, I try as much as I can. I try and roll with whatever punches that you guys.
Yeah. So when I say you're a dick, that's totally a joke.
No, and
but just to scare the players.
You know what? I think I can count on on like a finger the amount. The only thing where I've been like, look, I can't deal with this. We have to change this. Was an ability that Steve's Paladin had in our Drow campaign. Remember that, Steve?
I don't remember. What was it? Yeah, I remember that happened.
It was an encounter ability that allowed you to, it tagged a monster, and it stayed on it until it left your sight, and it imposed essentially this massive penalty to an attack to anything else.
All right.
Every round, you were like, boom, you could lock this thing. No, it dazed it, is what it did. It didn't give a penalty.
Oh, I could daze super big, tough monsters and stuff like that.
So for solos, it just broke the encounter.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the only time I can think of where I've look, I can't deal with this ability you've got is. And that's not true. There's 2. I also did that for Jordan's character in our IK. No, because you know what? In IK, there's a mighty ability they've got called Leap, right? It's and essentially what it allows you to do is jump fucking 50 feet or whatever, and it is for a game that's so otherwise grounded and kind of gritty. It's action oriented, but it's not like Superhumans. To give guys who are wearing plate mail the ability to suddenly, for no magical reason, leap 50 feet.
Yeah, you're the Hulk.
It's so stupid, and it completely breaks the. So, yeah, that was I nerfed that. I got rid of that ability and made him change his thing. But anyway, okay. So, Dave, how was your faith roll?
Oh, rolled a 7.
7, nice. Okay, so you you cast a thing, and you're looking over, and there doesn't appear to be there's nothing that is glowing, giving off a kind of obvious aura to you of supernatural, but there is a slight hint of it sort of in the air, I guess.
All right, I'll say to the guys, there's definitely something down here, just not close by. So keep your eyes open.
And back to what I said: stick the fuck together. And I don't know, to do these. Does my religion or my whatever have any kind of symbolism, or do we trace the cross, or do a
Yeah.
little prayer thing, or
Think of like what someone could sort of cobble together with
the old
Freemasonry,
days, yeah.
kind of like whatever shit you want to really make up. Like this is a post-apocalyptic thing, so misinterpreting Christianity or Masonic rites or whatever, like.
So he totally does like the sign of the cross across his tabard, and he
Okay.
finishes it with one of these.
Nice.
He's like, we gotta stick together. Like
You gotta
to him,
believe
this
that.
is like unity. This is to them, that's
Yeah,
their
yeah.
like thing. Unity.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, you get a Benny for that. Okay, so you've blasted the thing open. The mall is otherwise silent and sounds kind of still as well, or feels kind of still, I should say, like a stagnant air down here. The smell from down in here again is much worse than what what do you call it? What the rest of the mall, the Target was like. Can you guys? What are you guys going to do now? Are you going to proceed into the mall?
Yeah, cautiously.
Okay.
Yes. I will draw my 50 caliber pistol.
Okay. So and your way through. Well, I'm getting echo from somebody. Feedback, back. Oh, it might have been Jeff. Sorry. Okay, so you guys, why don't you all make notice checks for me, please? And this is a scavenge roll, so Steve, you get to roll +2 to yours.
Oh yeah, baby. Boom, that is 5. Oh wait, what am I talking about? Hold on. Roll.
I got 5.
Boom, that's a 9.
Nick, how did Mao do? A 9?
5.
5. Okay. How did Barry do?
7.
7. Oh, nice. And Diego?
9.
9. Okay. How did Malcolm do on his notice check? Sorry, Jeff. How did Malcolm do on his notice check?
Sorry, I just have to unmute.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to not make major reverb. Ah, okay, hold on right now. Oh, the green dice of magic. 8.
8. Okay. Nice.
Oh no, cable. These headphones are awesome, but it's like a 30-foot freaking cable on them.
Are they gaming headphones?
No, they're Sony headphones that I...
Oh, okay. Jaden needs to get some. He got these Skull Candy headphones for his thing. He's had 2 pairs that have both broken.
I recommend Sony. I am not a big Sony fanboy, but when it comes to headphones, they just seem to make a quality product.
You know,
Or buy a quality product from someone else and brand it.
I've got a pair of Sony speakers that I bought in like 2002 that are still awesome. Like they're so loud that I can't turn them up past about halfway without it getting unreasonably loud.
Yeah. The best set of headphones and the best set of earbuds I've ever owned are both Sony.
Sweet. Okay, I'll let Jaden know because he's.
Yeah. I recommend looking at the Sony products.
Okay. Okay, so you guys start making your way into the mall, and the first couple of stores are looking pretty. There's some. They've been picked over, but there is some promising, stuff that you could trade at a place for money. You could use it for trade value. I will let you each draw a card as well to see what you do come up with in between the stores. So let's see here. I'll go from on my screen left to right again. So Barry, you're up first. Baza, you get a 10 of diamonds.
Nice.
Oh, Dave, can you roll a D8 for me?
D8, yeah.
Oh, just an FYI, I do have to go at midnight.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Emmy's starting to cry. I need to start taking her for a W just before we start, because otherwise she whines.
Right, just to make sure she can handle the whole thing. Yeah.
Like, she's good. It's just he's a whiner.
And FYI, I'm huge into revisiting this alternate world.
It's pretty cool. I dig this place.
Yeah, totally. I love it. I love this
What I'll
game
do-
system, and
I will. So you guys get a better idea of what the the options are for advancing too, because essentially you guys would get an advancement after the session. It's sort of like Iron Kingdoms, where every session or two you would get a new thing. That's like bumping a skill or getting a new edge. Edges are sort of like the catch-all powers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what I did is just give you guys a rough, kind of like evocative versions of your characters into this version.
And so what if your character dies and maybe you just start a new character and then you have to work your way up again or something like that?
I don't know if I make you start over at the beginning, because this is, you guys have effectively about 11 advancements.
All right.
For these characters.
Or maybe a level or two back or something.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. I mean, like, I'm not fussed with you guys creating characters with very close to where you are, I guess. But
well, especially like in this world, like I said, the level is irregardless of how easy it is for you to die.
Right.
Like you could be 2 levels above our characters and you'll die just the same.
Dave, what'd you roll?
3.
A 3. Well, that's unfortunate. You guys are sort of tromping your way through the middle of the mall, and there is something that is sort of covered by. There's a heap of I don't know, like old clothes or something that are sitting on top of something, and you sort of push the shit aside. And holy shit! It's a dirt bike.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. Next in line is Malcolm.
Yes, come on, Malcolm.
Two.
Yes! I found a fucking new toothbrush.
2 of hearts. You find
Yogurt.
is preserved food.
Hey.
So
Preserved
Jeff-
food is pretty awesome.
Roll 2d20, please.
Holy shit. I put my D20 away for this game.
I'm sorry.
2D20.
I gotta take a quick piss. I'll be right back for the other ones, guys. Sorry. Too much coffee and water.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you guys enjoying this game system or what?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
really kind of neat, actually.
I like it.
2D20s. A
Yeah, I put them on.
17 and a 6.
Yeah, it's got some cool mechanics.
Yeah, and it's also like, especially this version of the world where it's like, it's super Mad Max version of game system.
But what's it normally like?
It's, the original game is like kind of steampunk Wild West.
Okay.
Like, so, you know, it's like Gold Rush of the Western U.S. and monsters and all the same monsters and craziness in this world, but like steam-powered machines.
I can. You're talking about the
Yeah, he just asked what the normal version of this game system is.
old West version is like this. How can I get that? There we go.
Yeah.
There's undead cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Indians have like it's really cool playing an Indian because it's like sort of taking the Indian culture and making it like their connection with the spirit world was like real, you know, like because there's really spirits and whatever, and there's a lot of cool characters you can play in it.
So Jeff, how'd you do on your 2d20s?
17 and a 6.
15 and a 6, so that's 23 meals then.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty
Sure,
huge
meals.
for
You guys
us.
can sell those for, or keep them for yourselves.
Well, yeah, we probably need them.
Mao. A 6 of clubs, which is whoa. Why don't you roll 3d12 for me?
14.
14. Okay. So that is, you've got 24 10mm rounds.
Wow, nice.
And then,
Ammo is better than gold.
Diego, you get 2.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it, are you kidding me?
Come on. What's going on here?
And a Joker. Okay.
What is this?
He is the scavenger.
Really
His character is the scavenger.
That's
I just
ridiculous.
called it a scavenger.
This is honestly your fucking luck with gambling-related things coming up.
I've always enjoyed gambling.
Yeah, good lord. There's awesome gambling rules in this, too. We didn't get far enough into the adventure, but there is gambling later on where you guys would actually be able to gamble.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so the clubs is or the oh my god, Steve, roll a D. What do you call it? A D6 again for me.
D6.
Kevin,
Yeah.
something that's not really like game value related, but Malcolm is searching every store for wire, anything barbed wire-ish, anything that he can add to his Tetsubo.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah, it's not really like valuable stuff, but it's like, I don't know. He's got his little pair of pliers, and if he sees a wire, he's clipping it and taking it.
It's like a charm bracelet sort of for you.
Yeah, it's like a constant charm bracelet he's working on.
Yeah. Steve,
I rolled a 1. Do you recommend like
Yes, Benny.
No, actually, in these things, like, it's not like good, bad in these things. It's just
it's random?
Oh, it's like a list. Oh, okay,
Yes,
you're rolling
exactly.
on a list. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
1.
okay, Steve. Actually, what you find is
Heroin.
Yeah. Smack.
what do you call it?
We all die as heroin addicts in the mall.
But we all die happy.
We are super happy. We think we've solved the world's problems, but we just die in bathroom stalls in a dead mall.
What you find, Steve, is an abandoned, it's kind of dirty, advanced, what do you call it? Pistol. It's a gyrojet pistol.
Whoa.
Gyrojet.
Yeah, old school Ghost Rock shit.
Yeah. So where is it here? Yeah, it's a. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's an IW91. I'll give you the stats for it afterwards. Essentially, does a slightly more damage than your current one. Yeah.
Very cool. Funkity doodly. I'm gonna need some holsters.
Yeah, it's got a huge range on it. Is the advantage? It's got the range of the gyrojet is let's see. So your current pistol, the one with the most range you've got has a max range of 120 yards. This one has a range of 192 yards.
Nice. 190 yards.
That
Well,
was
I'll take
one. The second thing you find is with a Joker, what it gives you is a memento. What
Ooh.
this is you also get to roll, Steve, 2d6, and you get that much dollars worth of shit you scavenge.
2d6?
Yeah. Now, what this is, normally your bennies, whatever bennies you have, they go away at the end of the session. You start with 3 to start with. What you found, Steve, is some kind of memento that you keep, and it is a constant sort of, it's a Benny in waiting.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so think of what would be something that would be like, holy shit, this reminds me of whatever, something that's memorable and whatever that you would, that would be have that kind of that sentimental value for you.
All right.
I'm thinking like if you're like a road warrior type guy, it's gonna be like a cool like motorcycle jacket or like something cool like
A high pitch
clothing wise.
It's something relatively small, like sort of a keepsake kind of thing.
Oh, a lucky rabbit's foot for your keychain on your car keys.
There's that. The old
Yeah.
rabbit foot.
Some dice, some
Or a
lucky
bobblehead.
dice for a bobblehead to put on the dash, something cool like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're like a car guy.
So as you guys you're in wherever it is you find, maybe if it's a lucky rabbit foot, maybe it's in a store with like kind of a turned over display that has like old shitty keychains on it, and that's when you kind of find this thing. You're like, oh my god, like this is my.
Yeah.
No.
Or like, what about like a pair of bowling balls that hang like fuzzy dice from the mirror?
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's
Nice.
in sort of one of those like memento stores or whatever. So to be clear here, the Gyrojet pistol has no ammo right now,
Okay.
but the what do you call it? And the dirt bike has no spook juice in it, so it can't drive yet. You fortunately do have spook juice up with acetylene gene. No one's got drive skill other than Steve, but
Can we find stuff like that's not necessarily of value, like straps or bungee cords or
those things are of value. Those would be scavenged.
like blue jeans? Everything?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like this, the stuff is fairly picked over. What this abstractly represents is that in the like heaps of like think about like abandoned, what happens to abandoned buildings after they sit for even like a couple of years. They end up, there's leaks, there's problems with pipes bursting and shit like that, and
So
then
what you're saying is we literally in this mall cannot find something to tether this motorcycle to the back of the car?
no. Well, firstly, your first problem is getting it out of here and up to the car.
Well, between the four of us, we can carry it.
Right, but I'm not sure the rope would support the weight of that.
I can levitate it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, but before we're almost out of time here. Before you go, you're sort of in that store where you find that memento stuff. Barry, you got you're walking your dirt bike along with you. You guys are all sort of notice that Diego is sort of lost in thought, looking at something, and you guys are like, oh wow, what's going on? And you mentioned the fuzzy dice. You're like, like my dad used to have these kind of things, and that's when you guys first hear it. You hear somewhere off from deep in the mall, someone calls out in sort of this weird accent, "Shop." And you hear someone else say, "Shop, shop, 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 shop." And you're all looking around, and then you hear, "Shop, shop till you drop, shop till you drop, shop till you drop." And there starts to hear more chanting and stuff like that. And then you hear this chittering. And you see climb that sort of steps its way into the eyesight. You look over, and there is something that is about the size of a mid-sized dog that is the worst parts of a cockroach and a rodent. It has the sort of triangle-shaped body, but its face has these pair of mandibles sticking out, and there is segmented legs that are made of not chitin but flesh that stick out the side. This thing kind of you look down. Why don't you make a smarts checks for me, please?
Marty check. Or
Four is
not
enough.
smart.
Steve,
smart.
because of your scavenging background, I'll say you're Diego's the first one to see these things. I do need you guys to make spirit checks. Actually, we're out of time right now anyway. So all you're able to hear is as you see first like 1, then 3, then 6 of these things sort of making their way into the store and stepping towards you. You hear Diego mumble under his breath, "Oh God. Mall rats."
Nice.
And that's where we'll leave it.
That's awesome.
Bravo.
For those listening at home, thanks so much for joining us for the Live from the Sword Coast podcast. We will see you again in 2 weeks' time.